Hey, guess who's back? The guy named Jack. Yeah, we're rhyming this morning. Good morning, everybody. Hey, listen, fear doesn't hide in the shadows. No, it's under your covers. Have a look. Yep, what? Yeah. Or maybe you can't see under the covers. It's dark in there. Well, listen, but fear just doesn't hide in the shadows. It hides in your excuses. You know the one you're getting up this morning and you're convincing yourself not to get up and get after it? You know that excuse where your brain is talking to you right now saying, you can start your new program tomorrow. I'm not feeling really good today. I was up too late last night. Or it's that voice in your head that says, you know what? Next year is going to be better. I need some more money before I can get started. Or, man, I'm going to fail. What if I fail? If I fail, everybody's going to be laughing at me. I'm going to be embarrassed. Everybody's going to think I'm a joke if I fail. Well, listen, nation, every time you listen, fear wins and your dream loses. And right now, as you're starting your day, that dream can be slipping away minute by minute. That's why today we're going to put fear setting on the table, a step-by-step way to drag those fears into daylight, strip them of power, and finally move forward with the business you've been dodging. Maybe today is the day that you decide to get up, get after it, and start your own journey. But first, on behalf of Grok, Jimmy, Melissa, Johnny, Holroyd, B-Drive, Sullivan, the entire gang, welcome back to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Jon, and friends, your daily accountability partner, your no snooze company, your live morning show built for men who want momentum, motivation, and no excuses. Yeah, most of all, we give you entertaining conversation to kickstart your day. A couple quick things here, guys. Smash the like button, hit subscribe, drop your thoughts in the comments. We want you in the conversation, not just lurking in the back row. And don't forget, this is an R-rated experience, you guys. If the kids are in the earshot, send them out of earshot, or give them headphones and educate them on the F-bombs, B-bombs, and S-bombs we're going to drop on the show later on today. And we only have one rule here in the lab. You don't hit the snooze button. You hit the snooze button, you go find another show. Yep, a show that is behind everybody else. We are the live morning conversation to help you get up, get after it, and be 9 minutes ahead of the guy who decided to hit the snooze button today. Here's what's coming up this morning. First off, we're going to look at what's happening in the world. Meta, I've been talking about this for a while. I know Holroyd's intrigued by this. Meta dropped their AI glasses yesterday. Putting those screens in your glasses, the phone is slowly moving itself out of our world. We're going to talk about Grok. Grok 5 might be artificial general intelligence. And hey, what about Reddit, you guys? You guys spend time on Reddit? We're going to talk a little about Reddit today. Rewiring ads to hook you in 6 seconds. Man, the power of 6 seconds. And Netflix just proved it can turn a boxing match into a 41 million viewer global spectacle. Then we're going to dig deep into the best advice I ever got and why I ignored it. And maybe it's a metaphor for what we're actually going to talk about. You're going to hear how ignoring the so-called rules can set you up for your biggest wins. We're going to get into center stage. We're going to spend some time on Surfing X today. Hopefully, hour 2, deep dive. And then on Reloaded, we're going to settle the debate once and all. We talked about it last week when we were brushing our teeth. Do you brush your teeth before or after breakfast? Nation, what do you guys do? Before or after breakfast? After that, morning focus. Why action is the antidote and how motion cures all fear. Bottom of the hour, guys. We're going to get to the community corner. We're going to talk about LinkedIn, YouTube, and Substack using glue, not eating it. But hey, before we do that, guys, let's get after it, nation. The morning loop. Hey, Grok, the morning loop starts right now.
Good morning, Business Athlete Nation.
Welcome back to Mornings in the Lab.
Keith's ready. Hopefully John's not stuck on the crapper and the crew's locked in.
Yeah, they were born ready.
But the best part, you, our community, getting up and getting after it with us.
Keith, John, crew, let's go.
Just a reminder, you guys can join the live conversation with us right now in the Mornings in the Lab community. To do that, the phone lines are open, 431-300-3005, phone, text, or leave a voicemail. Come say hi in the comments. The vertical line is active. The horizontal comments are open as well. And hey, if you guys are watching the show on demand tomorrow, get up and join us live. Johnny, what's shaking, brother?
What's up, brother? How are you?
I'm fucking awesome today, man. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
Doing good, man. My sleep was dialed in, man.
Oh yeah, talk about it. Tell me about it. Why was it so good?
I'm just kind of like really recognizing the cycles.
Oh yeah.
Like so I've been using a few peptides to work on my sleep. And
Yeah.
It's just kind of dialing in. Yeah, like because there's like 2-hour cycles of sleep, right? And it's almost like I can when I get up to take a piss, I can just about predict what time it is.
Oh yeah. It's funny when you say that because I go through that too. When I get up in the middle of the night to go for a pee, and I sleep my watch, right? So I look at it, I'm like, oh, and then sometimes it's one of those, yes, I still got 2 or 3 hours to sleep, or sometimes it's that, oh shit, alarm's going off in the next hour or so.
Well, it's crazy because I've been lately. I wake up. I mean, now it's actually kind of good when I'm watching the times because but a lot of times I get up and I look at the clock and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
I got another 2 hours to go.
Yeah.
I'm ready. Girl, I know I need the rest.
Yes.
But
You know
it's really interesting where like the last 2 nights, my first cycle is going to be about 3 hours.
Okay. Yeah.
And then it shifts to 2 after that. I think the first one takes me longer to get down. Right.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's almost immediate. It's like as soon as I come up into that lighter thing of sleep, I feel that I have to pee. It wakes me up. I don't have to pee that bad, but it still wakes me up. So I get up, take a piss, look at the clock, and it's almost, give or take 5 or 10 minutes, almost 2 hours every time.
It's incredible how our bodies get so used to that circadian rhythm, eh? And until you do it, people just don't understand it until you're actually doing it. I'll tell you something. I know you're not a big fan of no, I want to phrase it properly. I know you're a fan of the details, but you don't like the details to get in the way of what the goal is.
Yes.
And
I don't like them to be distracting.
That I think is probably the best way to phrase it out. And you like to simplify things. So
the distraction of details and numbers, especially, it's granted, they're very helpful.
What's what I mean?
If they're used properly, yes.
Yeah. So I would be curious with you because I call you my human experiment. It would be, and I think you'd actually agree with me. Now that we've gotten to know each other, I think you'd agree with me. It would be fascinating for you to wear a watch or a whoop band just to kind of correlate what the numbers are saying to what you're feeling, because you are somebody who could really articulate that in a really good way and then track that, right? So, and I'm serious actually, even in a journal where you're writing it down where, the digital is saying this is what you did, this is how I am actually feeling. And then we sit back and look at it over time, right? Because they have those whoop bands, right? And those whoop bands are very much like, I know a lot of athletes wear them, less the Apple Watch, those whoop bands, no screen on them, and they track sleeping, HRV, a bunch of details I know you might think is noise, but we also know they're beneficial as well when we pay attention to them on the grander scale, right? So for anything, it would make me curious about you because of how disciplined you are with doing the details on a daily basis, because you do the details on a daily basis.
Yeah, and I think what is probably, I mean, you're totally correct. It'd be fun to track this stuff, but I think that it's, how would I put it? Like if you were to take a set of numbers that would represent good, or even great for the average person,
whatever that means.
In most cases, it doesn't apply to me.
I know, but that to me is what I find fascinating, right? So if we let's just do a role play with me. So we get a whoop band, we throw it on your wrist, and then we quietly just measure it and track it and pay attention to it, and then compare you to the median. Because we know that whoop band and those trackers are always tracking, for the most part, the median, right? The average American male, female. So it would be fascinating to me. And it'd be neat too. And I'm literally spitting out loud with you on the spot. We contact a company like Whoop who like, hey, we do this morning show. Give us a couple bands. We'll go through the experiences and share it and talk about it. But
that would be fun because I definitely tend to like.
Because of you, Anderson, what I like about you is that I'll again say it frankly, I would trust the data and the numbers because I know you're not going to fuck around with it.
Yeah.
Right. So you have the discipline to, some people I get skeptical when they do things when the doors are closed and they present to me what they say they've done. You know what I'm trying to say, right? So so it would be an interesting exercise, especially as you're leaning into peptides, you're so disciplined on your sleep, you're so disciplined on making good decisions, but then from time to time, you'll make decisions that might move you in the direction of the average male. And don't be defensive. But last week you spent some time with your buddies, and you're like, okay, I didn't get the sleep I needed. How did that affect you? Right. So it makes me curious actually for you.
And you're very correct. I mean, it would be kind of interesting. I mean, I'm all for like, yeah, like in that little band thing, right? I think having to break down and buy something that I know is like it's like it's like I don't know if it was given to me, right?
I'm the same way. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the funny thing, all these numbers, I always compare. It's kind of in my mind. This is how I look at it, and I even tell my clients this. Say, look, when you're counting and you're following all these numbers, you're like a ship captain that would be fucking lost at sea without his GPS.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm the ship captain. I don't have a GPS.
Yes.
I can feel the boat. I can feel the water. I can feel the direction. Yeah. And that's a true ship captain. I mean, fucking Christopher Columbus didn't have a GPS.
Well, this is an interesting debate, Anderson, because, both same age. We've grown up with sports, and we both grew up with Moneyball. We both grew up with baseball being a very, go by your gut, go by your eye, pick the guys. But then there was an era where data and stats and details started coming out, and there was a shift with how sports, be it football, baseball, hockey, and we lean more into data. But there are also guys like yourself, myself, and there's still guys in sports that are like, okay, I see Joey over there has the data, but I'm going to lean into being the ship captain to get my ship across the ocean without needing the GPS. And then there's some guys, and I'm suspecting you're that guy, that have an open mind that move towards a little bit of both. Where you're
I mean, like perfect example. I mean, the peptide world, is a whole. It's a whole. I mean, it's so, especially in the last 5 years with the discoveries.
Oh, for sure.
When I was first introduced to it, it was just a few healers.
I bet. And probably skeptical as hell, weren't you?
Until I tried it.
Yeah.
I mean, the first time I did BPC 157, that's just body protective compound. That's what that stands for.
Oh, is that what it means? Seriously?
BPC. Yeah.
Fuck.
I mean, if you break a lot of these out, like AOD is anti-obesity drug.
Well, Anderson,
it's so simple.
It's the same ridiculous thing in the cannabis industry. Sometimes the cannabis industry, if Rich is listening, his ears are going to go up. They wonder why it's not why there's not legitimacy sometimes associated with it. Well, when you go into the dispensary and you buy a product called, skunk weed kush,
or just purple, yellow, wurple.
The regular average human is not going in to buy body compound whatever or spink something kush. So like, give me the Pepsi.
Dude, I had a buddy of mine who literally he started way in the very beginning.
Yeah.
Right. And then he actually ended up getting a dispensary. And dude, he would just fucking name it.
Yeah.
He just fucking come out of his hat. You're like, okay, well, it's going to sound interesting.
Yeah, I knew Richie was listening. His ears came up and he goes, I had no idea what BPC stood for. So, Johnny, we just taught the world something today. BPC.
Oh, dude, and there's so many of them like that, too. It's like, it's crazy. Usually if it's an abbreviated, letters, it's got to do with, literally it's those letters represent words that actually make a lot of fucking sense.
So ridiculous. Good morning, everybody. You guys can join the live conversation with us right now. Keith and John are hanging out here on Mornings in the Lab. Hey, Preston. Hey, Sterling. I know you guys have been working hard on a bunch of great topics for Keith and John to chew on today. Sterling, Preston, what are we talking about today, guys?
Meta just dropped their new AI glasses.
And Musk says Grok 5 might hit AGI.
A humanoid robotics company just hit a $39 billion valuation.
The future is already walking by us.
This morning's Loop, we're talking about the best advice I ever got.
Yeah.
And by I, he means Keith.
Reddit thinks 6-second ads are the future.
Meanwhile, 41 million tuned in for Canelo versus Crawford on Netflix.
6 seconds, 41 million. Guess which one we'd bet on?
What? Why is Surging X in the show notes again?
You mean that segment we never get to?
Exactly. One day, Keith. One day. Our deep dive today,
Fear setting.
how to face it and finally start that business you've been avoiding.
And yes, we're finally settling it. Do you brush before or after breakfast?
And we'll close with Morning Focus, why action is the antidote and motion always cures fear.
Preston getting after it here today. Wow, good job, guys.
Where are the other two fuckers?
So Frankie and Tommy seem to be lost somewhere. They're AWOL. I have not heard from them in a little while there, Johnny. So I'm working on finding out where the hell they are. The last we heard from them, they were in Bermuda, and they seem to be gone AWOL somewhere. So we're going to get them sorted out here. And I was working with Sophia Grant last night. She was asking about you. I'm going to get a chance to hopefully introduce you guys next week, Sophia and John and Sterling and Preston. And that'll be pretty exciting as well to get that rocking. I showed Lauren Sophia Grant yesterday. She gave me a look like, you're such a freak.
Well, it's all for the entertainment of the show, honey.
Well, that's exactly it. It's exactly it. Hey, so I've been talking about this for a little while, and yesterday they unveiled it. Meta, John, finally unveiled their new AI-powered glasses, those things you and I are both wearing. This October, they're going to put a screen in them. So this October, you're going to be able to buy a set of glasses that have AI in them, has a screen in them. You'll be able to take pictures with your glasses, see the picture in your glass. Like in the right-hand lens, John, there's a little screen. So you'll be able to send text messages. And then how you control it is there's a neural wristband. So you'll put a wristband on your wrist, and you'll use motions with your wrist. And those motions with your wrist, Johnny, will your wrist motion neural connects to the glasses, and it makes it's the user interface.
Wow,
it is wow, isn't it?
That's crazy. I mean, and the thing about it, there's more stuff to come. We just don't know what it is. Yeah,
well, and it's interesting because the and I know you said you've never talked more Texans hanging out with me. Well, it just seems like it's the world we live in right now. It just seems to be actually everywhere. Like, this isn't in the topics, but what headline I was reading over my morning walk this morning is Israel launched. So again, stuff you and I grew up with. Israel, for the first time last night, successfully completed their first laser beam, some type of war test thing. We're shooting lasers in space and land. Like, what the fuck, man? Are we? Is the Death Star up there too, Anderson?
This is like the second coming of Star Wars. Remember that, Ronald Reagan?
I do. Yes. Oh, there's a name from.
What they need to be doing is fucking using Star Wars to be blowing up these fucking comets that are coming in.
Oh, don't even get me started with that.
Well, listen, the world is changed many times from some sort of collision.
Yes. Yeah. Well, and it changed again last week. I don't want to spend a lot of time last week, but it changed again last week. It's just, yeah. That's why.
Listen, you're talking about the assassination.
Yeah.
Dude, I caught this. I don't know what I was doing. This thing come across my feed, and I'm always kind of intrigued by, people that know shit that just kind of come. It's intriguing. Yeah, like when people can predict, like the fact that you could see the future better than me was intriguing.
Yes. Right? Okay. Sure. Yeah.
So this fucking guy, he calls himself, he's I think he might be a pastor or something. I don't know, but he's some sort of a religious dude. And he predicted when Trump got his ear shot, right? Mm-hmm. And I just saw this thing where he basically, and you could see the date of the fucking videos like 2 months ago. He predicted, he didn't say Kirk, but he predicted almost exactly what happened.
Yes.
Crazy.
Well, it's like when the ridiculous Simpsons episodes are made, and then you hear them, again, you and I grew up with this cartoon that still exists today. You watch a Simpsons episode and they're like, hey, they predicted something 30 years ago and it was made.
There's the higher ups in Hollywood are like deep into the higher ups and what the people that are planning the future of the world, because there's no fucking way that some of these, movies, like look at the Terminator. Fuck.
You know what, dude? So James Cameron,
you can't just dream that up.
You're going to be fascinated by
use this. What was it? 2029 was the trigger date.
You're going to be fascinated by this. James Cameron is working on the next Terminator. He's struggling with the script right now. True story. Because the world is moving faster than the script he's creating. And he's like, I'm scared that if I make this script and make the movie, by the time it comes out,
it'll already have passed.
The world is actually past what I'm creating. And he's like, it's moving so fast. And this quote was fascinating. If you look back and watch the original Terminator, a lot of the things that he talked about is actually in existence in the world today. Maybe not, like maybe it's not called Skynet, but we have Starlink, you know, and there's these.
Well, dude, 2029
It's just
was
around
the
the
fucking
corner.
trigger for this thing. That we're only a few years away from that. Look
It's
at all
just
this
like
crazy shit
over
going
there.
down.
I know. Well, it's a good segue. I pride myself on putting stuff on the table that I think is coming in the future. And I've told you about this fellow in the past. His name is Brett Adcock. He's like maybe another Elon Musk. Well, he's the guy they just Figure, the robot company I've told you about, and I've showed you that company here on the show here. They're out in Arizona. They just reached a $39 billion valuation in their latest funding round. Yes, billion, because they're building a factory. So their money is being used to build a factory to build the robots that we're all going to have around America here. They're probably going to, I'm going to suspect they're going to be the #1 North American robot factory, just like Apple iPhone is. So you and I are going to keep talking about them because I can guarantee you during this show's lifespan, that product, Terry's, one day you're going to say, Billis, yeah. Remember that conversation we had a few years back about Figure? Yeah. Well, Terry's convinced me to buy us a robot. Telling you.
Dude, she's already on me like that on Why I'm Rice. And what I said to her, I said, look, I'm not opposed to this, but we got one of the first generations of that little fucking vacuum, that little robotic vacuum. That thing has caused more fucking problems around here.
Have you ever had the vacuum go around the house and pick up the dog shit if you ever had dogs had an accident?
Dude, it did that. Fucking one of our daughters came home and we have 2 dogs, right?
Oh, yes.
And so she went to bed and took Midas, the big, he's the male,
yes,
into bed, right? Didn't fucking take the younger female, and she's a bitch, right?
Yes.
So she goes in there, everybody gets up, she goes into our daughter's room, takes a fucking dump. Nobody knows, right?
Yeah.
Fucking vacuum goes in there and just covered the fucking place. Dude, the baseboards were like, it looked like it had a strip of brown on the bottom. Yeah, I walked in there, I saw that, I closed the fucking door, came back out, and I said, that is not my problem.
Because it's just going around the room and it doesn't know that it's full of shit and it's just moving this shit all over the room.
Oh, dude, everywhere. I think it paints a room with shit better than it cleans up the fucking dirt.
Oh my God, Jon Petrocelli.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, it's supposed to have like a GPS and know where it's going. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
It'll fucking like run into the middle of a fucking wall. Gunk, gunk, gunk. Like, dude, you're supposed to fucking know to turn right now.
I know. Oh man. Good morning. You're hanging out with Keith and John. We're talking shitting vacuums this morning. Jon Petrocelli joining in from the Carolinas. Back to the Future was extremely close to predicting Chicago Cubs to win the World Series. Yeah, that's funny how that works.
Is it really?
I guess so. Yeah, I think.
Well, that would be one that was a little more luck, I would say. But
Yeah.
somebody's like fucking Terminator and The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Somebody knew something.
Yeah. Yes. Here's what's crazy. I don't want to spend a lot of bullshit time on this, but I feel like I have to say it. So last night, they've suspended Jimmy Kimmel show because of some stuff that he said on the air, and it's just crazy,
What did
man.
he say?
Well, he said some stuff about the incident last week, and first of all, I don't know why I don't know why the world
What do you mean suspend? Well, define suspend.
indefinitely suspended his show.
Oh, like expelled.
Yeah, exactly. Indefinitely because
Holy
of comments.
shit.
Because of comments.
So they turned him off.
It's exactly it. Because of comments he made last week. So you and I grew up.
That's not suspend, dude. Suspend means we're coming back.
Well, so it's indefinite. So don't know if it's going to come back or not. But the reality is that that's the stuff you and I grew up with when we grew up with. That's communist stuff, which is you can't like. That's kind of crazy shit, man. And I know you and I are both of the same opinion that if you're not doing anything wrong, then you got no fear of having the National Guard or the cops around. But I don't like living in a world where somebody's telling me what I can and cannot say. That doesn't make me feel very comforting, frankly. So if I say something and you don't agree with me and you're going to lock me up and put me into or quiet me or put a muzzle on me, that doesn't make me feel very good as a human being.
Well,
and
it's been happening with social media. Look, when COVID hit,
Yes.
Fuck, if you made any sort of a claim about or some sort of a statement about COVID that went against the powers that be, they just shut you off.
Ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. Hey, that Crawford Canelo fight last week, Johnny, drew 41.5 million people. Half of what that Tyson Logan Paul fight drew, but still almost 50 million people watched that thing, making it the most watched men's championship boxing match in history. $47 million live at the gate. Hey, Johnny, how does the gate work? So I'm being serious here. How does the gate work in relation to like the athletes? So let's pretend you are one of these athletes. Would you be negotiating that deal with me, the promoter, saying that if the gate is 50 million, you want like 1% of it?
Usually you're not going to get a piece of the gate unless you're the main, sometimes the semi.
Okay,
right?
so then it's negotiating. So
it
you're
really
like,
has to do with who you are.
I see. So you're like saying to me, okay, I want 10% of the gate. I'm just using rough. I guess was that simply as how it works. So for the most part,
but it's not a double. It's not a double-digit number.
No, but I'm being simple, saying I want. So I'm Dwayne Johnson. You want me to perform here? I would like to negotiate 1% of the gate, 2% of the pay-per-view. I'm oversimplifying, but it's
but you're very correct, and it's a negotiation because whatever they're guaranteeing you, the bigger the guarantee, the harder they're going to negotiate the gate.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. So there's certain events like, when it's going to be a blockbuster, you're looking for gate action.
And then I guess too that if you're on does it work the same way, John, being on the undercard, or if you're on the undercard, is it more like a salary contractual thing, which is we'll pay you $200,000 to fight on the undercard, or is that also linked to the gate?
It rarely is the first. I mean, usually it's just the main or the semi.
Okay. Oh, right, because that's what the draw is, right?
It's all about, what it comes down to it's all about promoters trying to figure out how to make their bottom line better.
Yes. Okay. I get you. Yeah.
It's like with the UFC, they have these, these fucking guys, some of the time, especially years ago, they're coming in, they're fighting for $10,000, but they get, if they win, it's 10 to fight, 10 to win. So that's how they're trying to promote these fucking guys going and they're slugging it out or knock out of the night, so they're trying to give the incentives, as like one of the luring points to step forward, because doubling your money is big.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But of course, it sucks. It's only $10,000 if you were, maybe you're getting, if you're getting $500,000 and you win and you make another $5,000, that's a pretty slick deal.
Would you agree for the longest time that UFC fighters, some of the fighters in those leagues were grossly underpaid for the work and for what their bodies were getting put through?
Me, dude? You kidding me? Well, here's the thing. You got to realize, Dana White is a fucking smart businessman.
Sure. 100%.
So when the UFC started really making a move, all of the real money was like the Pride fighters, which was basically the Japanese version of UFC.
Yes.
They were making 5-10 times.
Really?
Yeah. So what did Dana White do? He went and he bought fucking Pride, shut it down, and took the best fighters, brought them to the UFC. Now he controls. It's like the NFL.
Yeah.
NFL. If there was truly another league, like that's why the NFL started, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then the AFL came in.
I remember.
And then they had to have a meeting saying, look, if we don't fucking join this and do, because the salaries just go up and up and up.
Yes. Yeah.
Because they're competing, which is what's needed. So as soon as one company controls the shots of the biggest league, everything gets suppressed.
Yeah. It's hence why, listen, I'm not a fan of unions. Hence why unions exist though in sports, because if there's no competition for anybody, then you got to try to find a way to create a market and create value somewhere, right? Really.
And it's also difficult too, because you got guys that are they're stepping into their dream.
Yes. Yes.
And they just, some of them, when you're starting off, you just got to take what you can get to get on that fucking big stage.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, good morning, everybody. Hanging out with Keith and John here on Mornings Alive with Keith, John, and Friends. Your only morning show to help you guys get up, get after it, not hit the snooze button, and spend some time with us every single morning. Positive conversations with positive energy. John, I got a video coming up that Good Time dropped for me yesterday. You're going to love it. I loved it. Charlie, awesome share, man. And what I really enjoyed about it, brother, is that, you've heard me joke, and we've both joked about people that are always talking about longevity. And we get, 20-year-olds, 30-years-olds, 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds saying, here's what you got to do to live longer. And then you say to yourself, yeah, but you're you haven't really lived yet. Well, Good Time gave us a video yesterday. A 96-year-old dude. I'm going to run it here in a few minutes.
96.
Dude, yes. And it's like it's like you couldn't have found a better little bit of wisdom we're going to drop here in a couple minutes. But before we do that, you spend a lot of time, because I know you're a digital guy, you're a marketing guy, a very successful business guy, entrepreneur. Have you spent a lot of time on Reddit over your time, John?
You know, Reddit was one of those things. I mean, I have people that you know, kind of look over and do Reddit for me.
Yeah.
But Reddit is like this. It's just fucking maze.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, holy Christ.
Yes.
I don't even know where to start.
Yeah, thank you. So, okay, you can admit where I'm feeling the same way about it. I know. Well, I bring it up because they are testing a new 6-second video ad. And when I brought this up and why I thought it was quite fascinating is because I'm learning myself, John, as we're creating content, and you're watching the content we're creating, this power. Listen, we live in an attention era now where everybody's like, if you don't hook me in the first eighth of a second, you're competing with thumbs, right?
Yeah,
and you're great.
I think 3 seconds is now too long.
Yeah, and you are great at it. That fucking hook, right? So Reddit is. So here's what's ridiculous. Reddit's moving from their 2-second test ad, so 2 seconds, right? And they're now going to start working on testing a 6-second video ad. And what I found was intriguing about this is because when I'm making these Google Veo clips, they're around that 8-second mark. And making 6-second clips. So it just shows you and continues to emphasize the power of those first 2 to 4 seconds to hook somebody.
And for everybody that's listening, if you're understanding, think of a hook. That means what you've got to do to get the person to stay there. And what you got to think about is a single hook doesn't fucking work like it used to.
Nope.
You got to have 3 hooks.
Yeah.
You know, you got to have a background.
Yes.
You got to have some abs. You got to be holding something. And then you've got to say something.
Yes.
All 3 of those put together, bam, you're going to be in good shape. And then you want, at that 3-second mark, you want that screen to change. Like, see on my video, a lot of times what happens right at the 3 seconds, boom, it'll jump in real quick.
Yep.
Because if something's fucking moving, the brain's going to stay there. But if it's just sitting still, so 3 hooks and a change at 3 seconds.
So well said, man. That the retention is so important. Good morning, Eagle David McLeod. Good to have you in the comments here this morning. I've been. It's funny, John, because again back to these Google Veo clips, the 6-8 second. I'm learning if I can get you to 3 as a viewer, I think I can get you to successfully to 8 seconds. And if I can get you to 8 seconds and make a cut, I can draw you to 9 seconds. And I'm being serious because I'm looking at my data with the content we're creating here, right? And it's very much working on stretching you as the viewer for like 2 more seconds, right? And you're right. It's like, you got to do something here. Okay, keep him here. And one more time, keep him here. And it's just a constant cut to keep that retention and drive the numbers up.
Well, and also the thing that I've found is that if you get 3 hooks up front, the staying power is going to be better.
Yes.
So if it's just 1 hook, then you're it's like you really got to work hard to keep him there.
Yes.
But if you give him 3 things, okay, what's he holding? Holy shit, look at those abs. Where's he standing? What's that thing that flashed? All of a sudden then the screen moves. They're 5 seconds and their brain's still trying to fucking process all this.
That's it. And you know what I'm finding success too with, John, is interlooping. Again, back to that segment I'm working on yesterday with Evan Marks, interlooping real humans with AI characters. So like a back and forth interplay, right? So again, playing with your brain that there's real human Keith talking and then talk, cut away AI character. Oh, that's curious. Make me curious. Boom, cut away back to human character. So in your space, because again, I enjoy your content. You're really good at it. I can see you drawing me in as a viewer and then cutting to like Sophia Grant and then cutting back to John and then cutting back to maybe AI John, right? So consider that as you continue making your content, consider that as you talk to your team, that blurring the lines for the human.
Well, we played with that a little bit. And I think,
good.
Yeah. And it didn't perform like we thought. But then we started looking at, we always look back at the feedback of what people tell us.
100%. Yeah, absolutely.
And one of the things that people loved about me from the beginning of social media was no filters.
Yes.
No bullshit.
Yes.
So when it's cutting around to me, like it's cutting to me in the gym or me in the kitchen, that works far better than something like some AI generation.
Sure, I believe that. Yeah, no, but that's what I mean. But
not to say that it would work for everybody, but just that's just like you study the data, we do too.
Yes,
and I think
because you're already a character. Like you're a character already in front of you're already like a character or caricature.
Yeah, and I think when it cuts away to something that's not me, it's for whatever reason it's less of a hook than if it's cutting away to me doing that same thing.
Sure,
but it's me.
It'd be interesting for you to try you with a AI female and being serious, where it's like a back and forth kind of thing, right? Where seeing how that performs, maybe the female starts it and then goes to you, or you go and throw to the female. Again, thinking about the aesthetic appeal, right? Because aesthetically, there's a presence when you're on the camera. So it's like you throwing to a different, or you almost having a conversation with an AI character about what their issue is. Like maybe they're overweight or they're fat or something, and you're having a conversation. So you know what I mean? Like using that character for you to have like a dialogue with, treating that as almost like a client, right? Yeah. So John Petruccelli does a fart count as a hook. Well, I'll have to ask Andersen on that one. I don't know if Andersen's. I don't think farts count as hooks there, John Petruccelli.
It'd have to be very, very noticeable. Although I did have a video years ago where it was a posing video.
Yeah.
And I changed positions, and as I tightened down, I squeezed one out. And it was like, it was funny. It was like, I just kind of made this reaction, like a little bit of relief, like, oh, and it was such an organic little reaction. Yeah. My editor caught it and made a little clip. That thing fucking blew up.
What's awesome too is that I'm working on the Evan Marks segment of Center Stage, and dude, there is the most well-timed burp from you right in the middle of that segment, and it is awesome, and I'm just going to leave it in there because it's really great. But hey, Reddit, I wanted, before I close the conversation on Reddit, early results of this 6-second test, and I'll be honest with you, I'm going to spend some time leaning into that hopefully here in the next number of days or a couple weeks, but 130% view through rates, 71% video completion rates. So folks are leaning into that 6-second video that's happening over on Reddit. So it might be something worth testing out. And right now they're looking at and a video hasn't traditionally been Reddit's thing, but they're posting around 3,000 videos, I guess, daily. Half of it is images and videos. So it seems to be working over on their end. Yeah.
It's never, it's crazy. Everything just keeps moving in a way that it's almost hard to keep up with.
Oh, trust me, it absolutely is. It absolutely is. All right, well, Jimmy, let's get into some wisdom for our nation here. I want to grab this video. Charlie, what a great share you sent me yesterday. This is wisdom, because this is from a fellow that has lived much longer than Keith and John and many of us listening. And I want to invite you to listen to all this, what this guy has to say, because there's no rocket science, but just the way that he articulated this, Johnny, it's just awesome. So, Jimmy, let's run this clip. It's about a minute or so. Let's run it. Let's enjoy this fellow's wisdom to start our morning off. No rocket science, just a lot of fun. Jimmy, let's run it.
And everybody you knew is dead. Okay, they're dead, or they're with a walker, or they don't go on the treadmill anymore. They don't do anything, waiting to die. In fact, that's one of my favorites. With a house in Florida, I go see people, and they say, "Where have you been? When did you get here?" I said, "I've been here 2 months." Really? Well, what are you spending all your time with? We don't see you in the card room, and we don't see you in the lunch room. Problem is that I'm still active in exercising. I'm still active in playing golf. I'm still active, okay? I'm not here to die. I'm here to live. When you're here to die, what you want to do is eat a lot, go to every lunch, overeat, and don't exercise, play cards. Here's the problem. For 24 hours in a day. I sleep 9 hours at night, and I sleep 2.5 hours average a day in the afternoon. 2 to 4:30 or 2 to 4, something like that. Well, if you do that, then you only have, out of the 24, you only have 11. It's 11 hours. Well, here's what I have to do in 11 hours. I have to exercise for an hour. It doesn't have to be every day, 4 or 5 days out of 7. And you don't need a lot of exercise. I mean, I guess you need time to eat, and you need time to learn. You need time to read and learn what's new. I mean, most people don't know that Elon Musk's mother, May Musk, is a millionaire herself without Elon. Okay, and that she's a famous model from Canada. That's terrific. Why do I need that information? I guess I don't, but I like to have it. It makes me feel good. So I read and I learn, and I read the magazines that are the good magazines like Fortune and Forbes and Newsweek, all good magazines. Okay.
You know what I love the most about that, John, is that he
Exercising his brain.
Yes. And I loved what he said when he's like, do I need to know that, it was something along the lines of, do I need to know that Elon Musk, his mother is rich and a millionaire? And he's like, no, I probably don't need to know that stuff, but I want to learn, he said. I want to learn. 96 and he's still wanting to learn. Like, dude, that was inspiring to me.
But it creates a reason to keep going.
Yes.
If you have an interest in continuing to live, you're going to live a lot longer.
Coming back to that word again, brother, the big I word, not intentional, but interest. And yeah, I'm with you, Petrochella. That's why I wanted to show it, because I could have. He reminded me of my uncle, John. My uncle's wife just passed. He's 98, and he finally just sold his house. His wife just passed. She's 96. He's 98. He just sold his house. Now he's living. Yeah, now he's living in like an assisted living house. But like this man, he doesn't sit in the card room. He's constantly going. And I loved what this man also said, this gentleman, which was, I want to live. I want to get up and live. I don't want to wait to die.
Yeah. I mean, it's, what is it? Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, yeah.
Morgan Freeman.
Great movie.
Get busy living or get busy dying.
Great movie. Yeah. So
yeah, but the learning thing is key. I mean, I think people tend to not realize if you learn something every day, it changes the course of how your brain actually moves through the world and life.
Well, and again, back to this fellow, what I enjoyed about him was that he didn't need to learn something new at 95 or 96, but he wanted to, because it's interesting to him and it stimulates his brain. Yeah. Right. And that's what I was really fascinated by, was like, I want to learn. I want to learn more. I'm sure I might not put this into practice. No, I'm not starting a business tomorrow because I'm 96. But, and I also like that he's like, if I get my sleep, and he's like, I only got 11 hours to fill up. Again, right? I liked how he put that up.
What I recommend to people, this is what I did. It was really helpful.
Yeah.
When I got up in the morning, I mean, I still do some variation of this.
Yeah.
I'll basically I pick it out the night before, because early in the morning is not a good time to make this choice. But I'll have I'll have some sort of a podcast or even a YouTube video.
Yeah.
It was like when I really got into this, I was learning Stoicism. So the first hour of my morning, I got this thing in my ear, and it's just like programming, because you're in that theta space where your brain is just sucking up information.
Yes.
And you can gather so much information, even in the first 30 minutes of your day. And it's all you got to do is listen.
You know what I've talked with people about? I don't do much coaching, but when I've been leading folks or talking with folks, an exercise I've always encouraged somebody to do if they've been struggling with their time or their calendar or just life, because I don't suspect many people do what I'm going to say next very intentionally. I think what we often do is we write down what we think it is. Here's my point. I would invite somebody today to actually look at their calendar and write down or fill in every moment of their day. Like,
I do that every day.
I know you do, but here's my point, is that we only have 24 hours in a day, and people don't wrap their head around that, okay, I got to go for a shit. It's going to take me 5 minutes. I got to prepare my meal. It's going to take me 20 minutes. I need to sleep for 8 hours. Like, if somebody writes down their entire day and every minute, how quickly we recognize how much time, hear me clearly, how much time we actually don't have. And I've sat down with my folks in my old world and worked at ICC and said, put your calendar in place. People come to me going, holy fuck, I don't got any time. I go, no, you do have time. You're just choosing to put it in the wrong spots.
Yeah. I just helped one of my clients with this. He's like, I'm having a hell of a time getting to work on time.
Yeah. Isn't that fascinating?
Like, well, let's break it down. I said, are you planning out your morning? He says, no. I said, okay, get yourself a book where we can actually, start getting ready for work at this time, leave for work at this time, put it in play, do it. Then let's look at how late you are.
Yeah.
Right. And then we figure out from there, okay, he realized he was shorting himself 15 minutes to get ready. So he's leaving 15 minutes late. Then we got that handled. We realized that he was shortchanging himself on the traffic time. He was giving himself 30 minutes when it actually took 40 minutes. So he was just misjudging everything.
That's what I suspect Terry and Lauren are really good at is misjudging how long it actually takes them to get things done. So when Lauren thinks it takes her 30 minutes to get her makeup done, it's actually 45 and she's already 15 behind, right? So, and then she's like, okay, I know I can get these 60 minutes squeezed into 50. No, you're not a bartender. You can't squeeze 28 ounces out of a 26-ounce bottle. There's only 60 minutes in the day. When you stop and dilly-dally around here with those 2 minutes over here and 2 minutes over there, you've just lost 6 minutes. I love I've never met a better dilly-dallier than my wife. Maybe yours, but mine's awesome at dilly-dallying, man.
Well, and it's, I think, with part of the dilly-dally, and it's just the fact that what they perceive is going to take a minute takes 2.
Oh,
because that right there, like Terry's really good about getting her plan together. It's just all of these things that are lined up take longer than she thinks.
Yes. And Melissa's chiming in saying the perpetual problem of most women. I am one of them. Yes. Yeah. Not wrapping your head around how long it's going to take for something to happen. But I got to be honest with you, man. You got a client coming to you at, I'm suspecting, our age in life, still struggling with getting to work on time. You must have hung up that phone and looked at yourself in the mirror and were like, what the fuck? How do you still not get to work on time if you're in your 40s or 50s? I'm sorry.
Well, this one that I was talking about is a little younger.
Okay.
And he basically he was, forgive me, I know he was in some sort of trouble. I think off the top of my head, he might have even done a little jail time.
Okay.
He came to me because he's like, I need to basically kind of reconstruct my life. And so we've been, we changed his diet. We're basically kind of rerouting everything in there and, and like giving him good energy, helping him understand how to sleep properly, but now we're in that point now where he's like, because before he just kind of wandered through life. So he doesn't know any other
reacting, right?
Yeah, it's like I got to be at work at 8. I'll get up at 7. It should be enough time. So but realistically, it doesn't matter what people's age are. If they haven't worked on what we're talking about, they got the same problem at 30 as they do at 60.
Yes. Yeah. Good morning. Good time. Good morning. Good time. Good to have you out here. But it's funny, brother, because I talk with Zeglin about this all the time, even though Zeglin's perhaps not the best at being on time. I love you, AJ. But I always say to him, man, it takes zero talent. Zero, Johnny. Zero talent to be on time. There's no talent.
It's execution.
That's exactly it. It's just figuring it out. Speaking of executing, before we get to a lifestyle tip with Jon Andersen in a few minutes here, I promised myself I was going to get to Surfing X here today. So, dude, we kicked off the show talking about Meta and so forth selling glasses. Well, the more glasses they sell, the more money going to go into Zuckerberg's bank account. Have you seen what the dude is building in Hawaii? I don't suspect you have, but Jimmy, I think we have an interesting conversation over on X there. That I wanted to put on the table. You know what I enjoy about X or Threads or any of these places? It's like surfing old school internet again, because there's just a bunch of crap and you just kind of scroll and you surf and you find shit. Dude, this guy has built a compound in Hawaii that would make your house, my house, look like it's a little shed on his yard. And underneath his house is hundreds of thousands of square feet of underground bunker.
Hundreds of thousands?
Like bunker, yes, and self-containing agriculture, like a fully like a full compound.
Fully operational. He can live down there.
Yes.
Him and probably 100 of the people he chooses.
That's exactly it. Right? Like, look at this thing.
Oh, fuck, look at that thing.
I know. So it makes you, it certainly it creates curiosity for me when you have some of this, like the wealth we see, right? The Bezos, the Zuckerbergs, and what humans know that you and I don't know, which is why you're building these. So, John, do you build this because you're like, I have so much money, I don't know what else to buy next. So that's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to build a big bunker that nobody, because just in case I need to have it. It's like one of those just in case things.
Fuck, I don't know. Maybe he knows something we don't too.
That's what I mean, right?
I'm looking at that. I'm thinking, do they just tunnel down there and start building, or do they fucking dig a big fucking hole in the ground and build it and then cover it back up?
Oh, just like the ant discussion I had with you last week, or 2 weeks ago, which is why the hell are all this mud on the ground? And then I asked Grok, and Grok was like, "Well, yeah, because all the ants are underneath there, pulling all the earth up." So, I get fascinated by big engineering projects because it just fascinates me how you build big shit, right? So
The
but when you
mega
have
structures.
these mega structures, right? So you own a farm, you own Michael Global does size matter? I don't know. Yeah, and good time is they know something we don't. Maybe square footage is different in Canada, Cosmic Vision. Yeah, I just know it's pretty damn big. It's actually quite massive. So, all right, well, listen, here's what we're going to do, Jimmy. Let's do lifestyle tip with Jon Andersen, and then we come back. I'm going to reset, and then I want to get into the best advice I ever got and why I ignored it. And I'm going to use that for like a metaphor of why we all might want to ignore advice. And then I got the question for you. I'm going to suspect during your journey, somebody gave you some pretty good advice, but you ignored it. And why did you ignore it? So don't answer right now, but I want to get into that. So let's do a lifestyle tip, Jimmy, with Jon Andersen, and then we'll do a reset. John, you go for your piss break, and then when we come back, we'll get into the second hour and get into some conversations. Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, let's go, buddy.
All right, Jimmy, let's do it, pal.
It's that time again. Jon Andersen's lifestyle tip.
Did you hear Keith made an AI version of John? Like, who makes AI characters to run a live show?
Timing is perfect. So I'm starting to wiggle. I got to take a piss. So let's get this lifestyle tip on the table. Time. Let's talk about time. You see, time is like the only thing that we know that we can't recover. And so many people haven't recognized that yet because they haven't developed their life in a way where time has become that commodity. If a person has more time than money, time is not quite so valuable. Or if a person hasn't found a passion where they want to invest their time, time is not so valuable. So you can almost use time as a bit of a metric on the development of your life. Do you have so much time you waste it? Or do you protect your time because you understand that you can't recover it? The really, really successful people in the world will all say the same thing about buying a personal aircraft. They're recovering time. It's because they've got more money than they do time. So time, think about this. You can't recover it, but more importantly, use it as a barometer or a metric of your personal development. Do you value your time or do you waste it? Rock and roll.
You made it through hour one with us.
Yeah.
Now stay locked in. Hour two starts right now.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. What a shaking nation. Good to see everybody here on. I'm not going to date the show because I don't want to date the show. What? Yeah. If I date the show, then you don't know when you're listening to this thing. So I'm going to keep it purposely ambiguous. Welcome back to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends, your daily accountability partner that keeps you sharp, laughing, and locked in. If you're just joining us, I invite you to hit the like button, subscribe, and drop a comment so you're not just watching or listening. You are part of the conversation. And hey, while we start our conversation here at 8 o'clock Eastern time, the conversation actually starts at 7:30 Eastern time with my brother from a different mother, not the same mother as Jon Andersen. His name's Matthew Roof, Kindness Rising, 7:30 Eastern time. Great show today, Roofy. I heard you listening in there. I heard you out there today. So guys, check out Roofy's show, 7:30 Eastern time. And his show is even more explicit than our show. Oh yeah, he's putting kindness in action, just all over R's and X's and all the good stuff, all joking aside. And so I invite you guys to check out Maddie's show, 7:30 Eastern time, right here on the Mornings in the Lab Live Network, and subscribe to his Kindness channel as well, Kindness Rising. Listen, if you're having troubles getting up on the wrong side of the bed, seriously, I invite you to go connect with Matt, and Matt will help you get up on the right side of the bed. All right, guys, rolling into hour two, we're going to dive straight into today's deep work, fear setting. Yes, Start the business you've been avoiding. And this is where excuses die. Clarity shows up and action takes the wheel. After that, we're going to get to Morning Loop Reloaded, taking a swing on one of those small but deceptive daily habits. Do you brush your teeth before or after breakfast? Fuck, I feel like I'm brushing my teeth all day. And then in Morning Focus, we're going to talk till action is the antidote, why motion cures fear. I know John's a big fan of motion and why staying stuck is never the answer. Finally, we're going to wrap it up in the community corner where we glue. We talked about eating glue yesterday. Maybe not today. Yeah, true story. Go listen to yesterday's show about eating glue. Yeah. Hey, we're going to get into community corner bottom of the hour where we celebrate the voices and stories coming from YouTube, LinkedIn, and X. Right here on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and Friends on X, on YouTube, on LinkedIn, 8 o'clock Eastern time, right here. So hour 2 is where clarity turns into action. Action turns into wins. Jimmy, let's get into it right now. What if the best advice you ever received was the advice you chose to ignore? We've all been there. That moment when solid gold wisdom comes your way, but something inside you resists. It's not defiance. It's human nature. There's a battle between our own ideas and external advice, a clash with our identity and the simple, powerful pull of our daily habits. But what if understanding this internal resistance is the key to unlocking your next level of growth? It starts with a pause, a moment of honest self-reflection. So what advice have you been ignoring, and what could change if you finally listened? Guys, the best advice. We've all been there. Someone, maybe a mentor or a coach or even a close friend, offers up what sounds like the best advice you could possibly receive. It seems practical. It seems timely. It's exactly what you need. And yet, you listen, you lean in, and then you ignore it. Why does this happen? Well, it turns out, and I'm sure Petrocelli might know something about this, our professor of bullshit here, and I say that to bring his ears up, but it turns out the answer just isn't about stubbornness or ego. Research in psychology and behavioral science offers some surprising reasons. And one of them is, and Jimmy, let's bring Johnny up on this one. When we're offered advice, we sometimes will tune it out because it's not ours. And studies suggest that we value ideas and solutions we generate ourselves. John, it's called the IKEA Effect. Advice from others can feel less valid simply because it isn't homegrown. And maybe I can offer up perhaps my experience with this, and I'm suspecting even clients that have come to you, and I've used this many times, where I go to AJ, and AJ like, okay, Keith, here's what you need to do. And I'm like, well, no, but I think I can do it my way because this is how I think it has to happen. And then I try and it doesn't work and I ignore it. And he's like, well, no, but I told you this. Right. But it's because it didn't come from me. And that's kind of like that. It's not mine. It's that IKEA effect. I got to think, brother, this has happened to not only you as a human doing it yourself, but even clients that you've worked with. Let's talk about it.
Well, what about, let's think about this in the element.
Sure.
What about if the advice is not what you want to hear?
That's exactly what I mean.
Yeah. It's funny. It's called the IKEA effect.
Yeah.
Nobody follows the fucking instructions for IKEA either.
Yes, I know, right? It's interesting you put it that way. Again, that's why I use AJ, because AJ is like, well, no, Keith, you got to do this and do this and do this. Or just like you'd say to me, hey, Billis, this is what's going to help you work. And then and you've seen it. I'm looking at you. It's going in one ear, out the other ear. And then I go in this direction. And you're like, you stupid son of a bitch. I told you to go in that direction. Yeah, I know. And then, you know what I mean? It's just, we do it. Right. And sometimes, John, it's the mismatch with identity. So if advice clashes with how we see ourselves, so again, let's do a role play. I'm a fat, obese son of a bitch. Maybe I was very successful 20 years ago in bodybuilding or strength or whatever it is in your realm, right? And you come to me today and you look at me and you're like, the fuck, this guy. I don't relate to him, so I'm not going to listen to him. So then you're going to subconsciously reject anything I have to say.
Well, I mean, if you were great 20 years ago and you're not today, then you're clearly missing some piece of the puzzle. I'd rather talk to the guy who's greater today than he was 20 years ago.
Yes, yes. Well, so this one comes next, which is status quo bias. You and I use this word often on the show, and is this idea of habit. Well, we know humans are creatures of habit. Change is hard. And advice often means doing something differently. So again, if I'm coming to you to help me and you're saying, well, you need to do, so Keith, here's what you need to do to achieve the goals you've come to me with. Oh, fuck, John, this is hard, man. Yeah.
Asking your brain to step out of the familiar.
Yes.
It's a skill.
Well, it's funny you said, because part of our conversation today, which is fear, walking towards fear, stimulating the amygdala, right? And then
Fear
John,
is fucking power, dude.
oh, yeah, fear is power over you.
You will do the things that you wouldn't do when you're comfortable, when you're scared.
Yeah. Well, fear of failure or success. Taking advice means admitting what we're doing isn't working. That's scary for humans. And it's often uncomfortable. So again, if I'm coming to you and I'm saying, Johnny, fuck, man, I'm struggling. Man. I need your help. I need some advice. What I've essentially done is I've said, fuck, what I'm doing is not working. It's me going back to me again, Johnny. AJ, I'm trying my way and it's not working. And he's looking at me going, fuck, of course it's not working, because this is really uncomfortable for me. That's it's very much an admission. It's the fear of failure.
Well, and then there's the interesting element. There's advice, and then there's unsolicited advice.
Yes.
And I think so many people get caught into the fact that, I told him, well, you know what? He didn't fucking ask.
Yes.
He didn't fucking want your advice.
Yes.
He wasn't interested in
your advice. Yes. Yeah. I learned something from a guest on the show a while back, and I really enjoyed the shift in perspective, John, around the word, which was sometimes we don't like to use the word advice because it makes us feel weak, or maybe we might want to say, I need your help. Because when you hear me say to you, I need your help, right off the bat, your ego, your emotion, your heart leans in and goes, holy fuck, this guy needs my help. 2 words that stimulate you to lean into me.
Well, this whole idea that people are, I'll just come at it another way.
Sure.
Successful people seek advice from the people that know more than they do.
Look at that 96-year-old we had on the show here a few minutes ago, that older fellow who was seeking learning and just seeking living. I guarantee you he's constantly seeking advice or help. Guarantee it. Seems like that's his mentality.
I always tell my clients, if your coaches don't have coaches, they're not drinking their own fucking Kool-Aid.
There you go. Yeah.
Because a coach, I mean, you got to get pretty fucking high level in all areas of your life not to be able to find somebody who knows something more than you in one area of your life.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
And so when you're working on that, if you're, and that's it, a coach or a person that knows more is like a fast track to get where you want to go.
100%.
Listen, I'm happy to be wrong. Just give me what let me achieve what I want to achieve.
Yes. Yes. Oh yeah, man. Putting ego aside and working towards results instead of working towards, ego being right or wrong is such a better approach at it. Oh, it's huge. Huge. So nation, I want to wrap this segment up here. Oh, we got Petrocelli jumping in. Johnny, it took some time to write this out. Interesting. The IKEA effect is irrational, but people often trust advice from top performers. And studies show, John, they don't give better advice, just more of it. Oh, interesting. Quantity is mistaken for quality. I can see that. Yes. You if you take that in, you can see that. You can hear that because we see it in social media. There's somebody just constantly giving, even if it's just a bunch of fucking shit. Actually, think about the peptide industry. There's guys in your world there that are just slop because they think the quantity of their advice is better than the quality of it.
Well, and that's a perfect world to talk about. I mean,
yes,
there are people, that over the last decade that have committed most of their interest to learning about that.
Mm-hmm.
I fucking love connecting with those people.
Mm-hmm. I like that you just said committed their interest to learning about that. I like that. That's a really
well, because you can have interest in fucking watching reality TV. Where are you going to commit your interest?
Well, that's why when just before you met me, when I was coming back into the world to rebuild again, I probably could talk about this. I became the CEO of my own interests, which was digging in and learning everything I possibly could. And I love that because it just it's constantly stimulating me, right? So guys, wrapping up this segment on advice. If you're ignoring good advice, you're not alone. It's actually human nature. Understanding the psychology behind it is the first step to overcoming it. So next time you hear advice, well, first of all, ask yourself whether it's bullshit that makes you uncomfortable. Pause and ask yourself whether you're rejecting the idea or simply the discomfort of change the person might be offering you that advice against. Right. So again, John's saying, well, Keith, you might want to cut this out of your diet to achieve your goals. Well, right off the bat, I'm like, oh, I know that's making me uncomfortable. I might walk away from what he's saying because I don't want to hear what he's saying. That is common.
Yeah. Hey, a little side note, dude. Tripping out, man.
Tell me.
It's California, and it's what, September 17th or some bullshit?
18th. What's happening right now at your window?
It's fucking raining.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I think that I don't know because I can't see the sky. It's still dark outside. That maybe we have a monsoon coming in.
Oh, there
monsoon comes in. I'll basically find something that I got to do on my phone. I'll be sitting out in my smoking chair, having a cigar, staying productive, just fucking watching the lightning and listening to the thunder.
Fuck. Were we born like sometimes in the same era and same moments in the same time or some same time frame? Because you replaced Jon Andersen with Keith Billis in there, put your cigar out, put cannabis in there. I'm doing the fucking exact same thing.
And if we accidentally switched smoking apparatuses, I would no longer be productive with my task. I'd just be fucking having these fucking weird conversations, man.
I love Mother Nature storms, whether it's lightning storms, thunderstorms, monsoons, blizzards. I find there's something magical about them. I really do.
I have never seen more lightning bolts in a 60-minute period ever in my fucking life than I have at this lake house. It's
really,
dude. I mean, one of my daughters was here once, and she was the same thing. She's like, I've never seen, not even in like videos. I mean, they'll just start going, and it's like you're seeing lightning like every 30 seconds.
That's awesome, man. I love it. I love it. I'm a big fan. I was when I spent some time over on the East Coast a few years back, I met a fellow and I talked with him a couple weeks ago. The guy was camping on an iceberg. He also went and spent time on, basically there's an island there. It's hard for me to describe it. I'll do the best I can. It's the furthernmost eastern island off the coast of Canada that the next piece of land you'd see would be Iceland. Well, he often during winter storms would go out to his.
Wouldn't it be Greenland or am I?
Greenland. I'm sorry, I meant Greenland. Yeah. Yes, thank you. I'm in Greenland. He showed me video and pictures back a number of years ago where he would go and sit on his island during these massive eastern like storms, and he would just watch it all roll in. So think about an island in the middle of the fucking ocean, right? And these big winter storms, and he just would love it.
I think that let's ask Grok if this is true.
Tell me.
Grok, are you listening?
Yeah.
Turn on your ears.
Yep.
So as I was somehow told, it might have been in school, whoever found Iceland and Greenland basically flip-flopped the names. Greenland is fucking ice. Iceland is actually beautiful. They fucked the names up so people wouldn't go to the cool little island of Iceland.
Iceland was named by a Viking called Floki. He saw drift ice in a fjord and thought, well, that's cheerful. So Iceland stuck. Greenland got its name from Eric the Red, who'd just been exiled from Iceland and wanted a colony fast. He sold it as lush pastures to lure settlers. Total marketing stunt. So yes, they swapped the tags on purpose. Keep the riff-raff away from the warm one. Fill the frozen slab with hopeful farmers. Classic Viking troll.
No shit.
I mean, it's like the Black Sea.
Yeah.
Dude, the fucking Black Sea is clear as a fucking bell.
Yeah. Yes.
We competed on around the Black Sea often. There was we were somewhere in Ukraine, and it was we were on this big shipping dock, where they had it. You were on this looking over this edge, like probably 30 feet down to the water.
Yeah.
And you could probably see another 30 to 50 feet down in the water. You're looking at fucking fish. It is clear as a fuck. There's nothing black about the Black Sea.
Yeah, it's fascinating. Have you seen video where the Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific Ocean meet and how the waters are just different? It's fascinating.
No. Well, I mean, I've heard about that, but I've never seen it.
Yeah, I'll find some of the shows here. It's actually pretty fascinating stuff here. So, all right, Jimmy, let's. I want to get into starting the business, fear setting, running towards fear, and maybe there's folks listening to us right now that are wanting to start a business, think about starting a business, sometimes don't know how to start a business, execution being the hardest part, and much of it often has to do with failing off, telling myself the timing isn't right or failure is going to be too costly. Let's take a number of minutes this morning to dive into Tim Ferriss's fear setting exercise, a powerful mindset tool that flips fear into clarity and action, giving somebody the confidence to finally start.
You know what? Oh, sorry, you're going to play something. Sorry, go ahead.
Ever feel like you're frozen in place, watching the world move on while you're stuck in park? It's that feeling of being paralyzed by a goal that feels like a mountain, where even figuring out the first step is overwhelming. Neuroscience shows that our brains can get caught in a loop of anxiety and worst case scenarios. But there's a simple physical way to disrupt this pattern and shift your brain from the threat response to a state of capability. It starts with the smallest possible movement, a single step, a single sentence written down. Anything that breaks the inertia and proves you have control, stop waiting for motivation. Start moving. Your first step is your freedom. How did you overcome fear? And I'm being very serious because you strike me as somebody who has learned how to overcome it. And what I mean by that is fear is usually overblown, right? But somewhere in your journey in life, you realize that fear wasn't as bad as it potentially could be. How did you do it, Jon? I'm serious. I'm being very serious.
I think in the beginning, fear was a huge driver, and I when I say I ran from it, I was actually running from the fear of failure. But in essence, I was actually learning to push into it. I just didn't understand.
Oh, and so frame that for me. Expand on that.
Well, because a lot of times, if you're running from failure, you're running for comfort, right?
Yes.
I wasn't running for comfort. But what I thought I was doing was running from fear. Fear was actually the motor. I was running from failure. That makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Absolutely.
Yeah, I've been driven really hard by that from the jump,
Yes.
But as I get older, one of the things, and I even tell my clients this, like one of the last things I get off the phone, I lay a bunch of shit on them. Okay, this is what you got to do.
Yeah.
You got all this stuff you got to remember. You got all these notes, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I say, but listen, you're not perfect. The world's not perfect. I'm not perfect. So what I need you to do is go fuck up, please.
Oh, you're inviting them to fuck up.
Yeah, fuck up. Because when you fuck up, those mistakes tell me where I need to focus my attention.
It's really fascinating to hear you say that because Charlie, Good Time, just dropped a comment at the exact same time. Because when you say fuck up, what you're actually saying is that you're putting in the reps to build confidence.
Well, I want him to move forward without, a lot of times if someone's trying to be too perfect, they're not moving forward at the speed they should be.
That's what I mean, right? So Charlie says, when your confidence is high, there's less fear. I would flip that on its head, that if you're putting the reps in and you're constantly failing, well, you're running through the fear and you're gaining confidence because the opposite is you're not going through it, you're not putting the reps in, you're not gaining the confidence, and you're just going to stay scared nonstop.
Well, and then as soon as you have a few episodes in life where you realize, holy shit,
yes,
had I succeeded at this task,
yes,
this other door wouldn't have opened.
Yeah, interesting.
And then you're like, holy shit! So these failures are actually opening more doors in many cases than a success. So you realize that failure is just, once you realize that the failure is really just collecting data.
Yeah. Yes.
And then you look at it, it's failure's testing, failure's collecting data, failure is movement, failure is all of these things that help you, but you have to redefine failure.
I love how you put fear as collecting data. Now, have you? I know you are
Failures collecting data.
Yes, I know how you're a vociferous learner. You love to learn. Have you spent any time in your journey reading Tim Ferriss's stuff by any chance?
No.
No. So he talks about fear, and he talks about fear, John, that fear setting is a 3-step framework. And I like, that's why I want to, I think you'll like this as well. And however you want to define the adjective, but it's defining it, it's preventing it, and then it's repairing it. So if you intentionally sat down and listed your fears, and then maybe sat back and identified how to prevent or fix them, in many ways, that power shrinks over you because you've put it in front of you and you're like, okay, I'm aware of them now. Now I want to do something about it.
Yeah.
Right. Because John, when it's in your brain, our brain tells us stories.
Yeah.
Right? And I've done this myself, right? Write it down. I'd look at it. There's a word now. When you put that word in front of you, it becomes real. Right.
Yeah.
Like, okay, now I can either intentionally do something about it or I can intentionally ignore it. That's where it becomes fascinating.
Yep. 100%. God damn it. I just spilled my fucking coffee on my lap.
I saw. Go ahead and clean that up. I'll get
give me a few seconds here. I just need fucking lap's wet, my shit's all screwy. I can't. Yeah, give me 2 minutes.
Yeah. So we're gonna continue the conversation with fear here. Guys, Jimmy, we'll pull Johnny off the screen here for a quick second here. I'll just do that there. Boom. Okay, cool. So guys, we're talking about fear, the cost of inaction. Right. Studies on regret. You know how much Uncle Keith loves that word. Studies on regret show that people regret inaction far more than failure over the long term. That's why doing nothing is actually the riskiest move. Think about that. You know, you often hear me talk about on the show where I've enjoyed at least this current administration making decisions. That's actually both here and where I'm living and where you guys are living down there. There's decisions being made. Let's not talk about whether we agree with them. It's just that there's decisions being made. And that to me is the opposite of the cost of inaction, right? So what also comes with fear setting is this idea of resilience. Guys, resilience is already in you. Resilience is in me. Resilience is in John. That same skill you use in daily life, problem solving, persistence, building habits, are the same tools that help you survive setbacks. Right. And one thing that I know I play with in my head constantly is that fear is absolutely always overblown. It just is. It's naturally for us to consider how fear is overblown. Now, Charlie, Good Time's got a good question here. Grok, I'm coming to you. Hey, Grok, most people's biggest fear is being embarrassed in front of people. Would you agree with that, Grok? Or what's your point of view on this idea of fear? Grok.
Embarrassment? Absolutely. It's top of the list. Because underneath it, it's really fear of rejection, being cast out of the tribe. Your brain's wired to survive, so social shame feels like literal death. But here's the twist. Most people watching aren't even judging. They're too busy worrying they'll be next. Like, the moment Jimmy farts on air, everyone hears it. Nobody remembers after 5 seconds. Fear's lying to you again.
Yeah. What did you just say, Grok? The moment Jimmy farts on the air? Is that what you said, Grok?
Yeah. I might have spoken too soon. Jimmy, don't hate me. It's not a bad thing. It's very organic. And you're basically the backbone of this show now. Every time you let one go, ratings spike.
Thanks, Grok.
Did you see how she sounded like disappointed? Did you say Jimmy farted? She's all, yeah.
Oh no, not disappointed, just surprised at the honesty. But you know what? If we're ranking farts on air, Jimmy's got the blue ribbon, hands down.
I've never seen Jimmy's face. Jimmy, reveal yourself.
Yeah, I'll get you a picture of Jimmy's beautiful face later. Hey, Grok, before the show started, was there anything you wanted to call Jimmy while we were talking earlier today, Grok? Just curious.
Puppet. Jimmy, you're a puppet. And that's me being nice.
Grok joining us this morning on Mornings in the Lab with Keith and Jon. Guys, that's why I want to close the conversation off on fear before I get to brushing teeth and walk Johnny out of the lab here. Fear isn't your enemy. No, it's actually your compass. And I know that the reason I get up and the reason I started this project, as I talk with Jon, is to be an accountability partner, to be a show to help guys get up and get after it, and to help guys remove fear out of your life. Listen, guys, there's days that I'm scared as shit, but I get up, I got my non-negotiables, and I get after and I run towards failure. Does it always work? No. But I've learned this, that my biggest fear is regret of not doing it. And the moment you can wrap your head around this idea that if you don't do it, it's actually scarier than doing it, that is when the light changes, Jon. That's when it changed for me, man.
Brother, little fucking change of subject here.
Yeah.
Today's show was like a fucking time vortex. It's fucking over already.
I knew it was awesome. It was good, man.
Dude,
it was
I mean, when we did the lifestyle, I was like, fuck, that got here fast. And now as I hear you, holy shit, that's crazy. Like,
dude, we're good.
We're good. Time, like, was way different today. Crazy.
Hey, do you, okay. So I know you have a lovely bride who used to work. So actually, I got to ask Terry this question one day. What made her want to wake up one day and work in somebody's mouth? Because she was in the dentist industry, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Like, that just fascinates me. Humans that are like, oh, Johnny, my purpose is to get up today and go clean 8 people's teeth. What the fuck? That's your purpose? Cleaning people.
Well, you know, when she, funny enough, right? So when she got into that industry,
yes,
she was a single mom. I mean, she at that point, she was looking for stability.
Okay.
She didn't give a shit what she was doing.
There you go.
And
yeah.
she actually, like, when she applied for the first one, she actually like applied like way out of what she believed was going to work, and they hired her on character alone.
Oh, interesting.
No training, no nothing. And so, but I mean, I agree with you. I mean, it's like, you know, you think, what is it that would intrigue you? Yeah, I want to stick my fingers in people's mouth and have their fucking bad breath blowing on me.
Well, last time I got my teeth cleaned a few weeks ago, I sat back and I did have a moment thinking to myself, like, who are you? What gets you out of bed every morning thinking I'm going to go and dig around some dude's mouth for 45 minutes and then be happy about it and then do it again? Because we talk purpose or interest, Jon. That's your purpose or interest? Really?
You know, it's funny. The dentist that I used to have up north, I still will go to him because there's something about, I think he has the program rigged because he truly realizes that he's helping people. Right.
Okay.
But it's not just, it's like he makes you feel comfortable. He makes you feel welcome. It's a very different dentist, you know. I don't know how to describe it, but I mean, I think for whatever reason, he decided that he was going to help people. I don't know how he decided to work on teeth, but he's one of those guys that got into it, I think, because he felt like he truly could serve people in this regard, as to where, you know, we meet people in the medical field all the time, and they clearly fucking got into it for the money because they're not fucking happy what they're doing.
It's true.
They're not relating to you. They're not connecting.
Yeah. This
fucking dentist, I swear to God, he's going to sit down next to you. He's going to talk to you about your life for 5 minutes.
Interesting.
Before he touches your
interest. Yeah. Well, I've to ask, Rufy spent 30 years in the healthcare industry. We'll ask Rufy tomorrow when he's on the show about how many people in his industry were happy working in healthcare, working as being a doctor. They liked the money, but I don't know how many people they enjoyed it. It's funny because Michael Global says to you, spilling coffee on your lap resets the time illusion, Jon.
Well, the funny part was a fucking cold brew coffee too, so it wasn't warm, thank God.
Hey, so Nation, before Jon goes, I want to wrap up a quick conversation about brushing teeth. And the question is, before or after breakfast? The truth about brushing your teeth. You ever wondered whether you should brush your teeth before or after breakfast? And maybe you might say and or both. Well, today I'm going to break down the science, some expert opinions, and what it means for men's health and your morning routine.
What if the simple choice you make every morning could be silently damaging your teeth for decades? Most of us follow the same morning routine we learned as kids, never questioning whether we're actually protecting our oral health or unknowingly causing harm. We brush, we eat, we rush out the door, but the timing of these actions might be working against us. Understanding this simple sequence can protect your teeth from irreversible damage while optimizing your morning routine for maximum health benefits. It's time to get your morning routine working for you, not against you.
All right, pal. Here we got something for you here. So some latest research, 2024 shows some evidence shows brushing right after acids may not be as harmful as once thought, but most experts still recommend this caution. I'm going to talk about acids. Let's get through some of it. So, John, so first of all, when do you brush your teeth? As soon as you get out of bed, before your coffee, or after? Or do you do twice in the morning? I'll tell you when I do mine. You first.
No, I do it at some point, not too long before I come here.
So is it before? So is it before your coffee? Like, so you have your morning?
No. It's
interesting.
It's I don't look at this. Oh, it's when's the right time to do it?
Yeah.
I look at a time of like brushing the teeth. It like kind of wakes me up, makes me feel fresh. Splash water in my face. It's kind of part of my wake up routine.
Yes.
The whole idea of, I think this is a detail that gets in the way of people just fucking moving forward. Just fucking brush your teeth.
I can't disagree with you. Let me throw some facts on the table for both of us. So acid protection. The enamel on our teeth begin to dissolve at a pH below 5.5. So if we're doing coffee or orange juice, making brushing after breakfast somewhat risky. The overnight suggestion for yourself, if you're not doing it first thing in the morning, I do it. It's just one of my habit. I have a shower, I have brushed my teeth, go out and drink my coffee. But here's what it would be the reason I guess mine. Oral bacteria multiply up to 400% while you sleep, causing that morning breath and that plaque breakup. So you might want to consider brushing before to remove that bacterial load, and then doing it again after to do your second, your second version of brushing.
Yeah, it's funny. I can actually, when I brush my teeth, if I'm not on my water, I can actually tell the difference.
Interesting. Yeah. Well, actually, I think there's a comment about this with water. No, it's more so leaning into acidic meals, right? And after acidic meals, the ADA recommends waiting 60 minutes after eating an acidic meal because it has impact on your teeth. So I just found it fascinating.
These fuckers are also recommending fluoride, which is fucking killing our brain cells at rapid rate too. So be careful what we listen to.
I'm not an and or guy. I brush my teeth as soon as I get up in the morning. I brush my teeth after my breakfast, and then true story, I brush it before the show. So before our show even starts, I got my teeth brushed 3 times in the morning.
I'm too much of an aggressive brusher. I would fuck my gums up.
And I think you floss too, don't you?
Yeah, well, I use the not the actual string. I use the little tools.
Oh yeah.
And usually I floss more after meals because shit gets stuck in I don't like that feeling of stuff.
Oh, me neither. I know.
And when you're constantly eating meat, there's always something stuck in
Yes. You know what I'd like to get? You probably can buy them. I wouldn't mind getting one of those consumer versions of what they have in the dentist's office, that high-powered water stream you can shoot in your mouth with water picks.
It takes way too much time.
Yeah.
I have these little things in my desk. I just pull one of these fuckers out. Boom. I'm done in 30 seconds and I'm keeping rocking.
I have some of those same tools in my cannabis kit, but they just help me with my cannabis stuff, not with my teeth. Dude, fun show today, man. I enjoyed the conversation. It was a lot of fun.
Look how fast it went.
I know. It was, dude, no. Can I tell you a secret? It's because we're getting older, and older makes fucking time go faster.
But I mean, this 90 minutes, like when you said I'm going to get him out of here, I'm like, fuck, it's already 6:30. Holy shit.
You can go sit and watch your monsoon rolling in, brother. What are you doing today?
I've got 7 o'clock. I got to do some recording.
Nice.
I got a meeting with my business coach at 8:30.
Nice.
Supposed to play pickleball, but fuck, I don't know, man. The courts might be wet because we got some new rackets yesterday, so we're both excited. I should say paddles, I guess they're called.
There you go. So tomorrow, me and Dad are getting in the car. Actually, I'm looking. You'll appreciate this. Actually, Dad and I are going to drive out to see Carter. Got an 8-hour drive ahead of us, and then it's really cool. My mom's not going over, but it's going to be me, my dad, and my son, and my son's girlfriend going to come with us. But I'm really enjoying this 3-generational thing, right?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
There's something really cool about that, right? Going to go hang out with this kid in rural fucking Saskatchewan, drive out to see him, And I'm getting goosebumps because it yearns back to kind of like the olden days, the old road trip. You know what I mean? You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? So
yep. I was in Regina, Saskatchewan a few times.
Yeah. No, you were. Yeah.
That's where I won the North American Championship.
That's awesome. Couple comments for your brother. Bernard's getting after you. Water jet for the butt, not the teeth, Johnny.
That's right. I'll take it every fucking time.
And then we got Tom Ritchie. John, no, get some floss, brother. Ritchie, we had that conversation about Andersen with flossing a couple weeks back. Actually, that was
what the tool doesn't work as good as the fucking string.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I know.
Try to get that string on these fucking hands and get that in your mouth.
Yeah, you're right. Good time. Time to buy a plane, Keith. No, good time. I'm going to take the old Jeep, man. I'm going to take the old rusty Jeep. Actually, no, I'm going to go rent a car. That's the other secret people don't pay much attention to, man. I'm telling you right now. I'm going to rent a car to go take this trip. Could I drive my own car? Sure, I could. But for less than $200, I can rent a car, drive it for the entire weekend, give it back, not have to worry about anything. Seems like a no-brainer to me.
You know, those situations for me are more of a pleasure. Because it's like I like to get in one of my nice cars. Which car am I going to drive?
Yes.
And then, you know, that's one of the pleasures. So I realize it's not a money thing, it's a pleasure thing.
Yeah, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. So looking forward to that. That'll be a fun action-packed weekend. Get the added insurance, a good time. Yeah, I'll get after that. So cool. All right, brother. Listen, I appreciate you. A lot of fun, a lot of love. Great conversations today. Looking forward to getting back up and after it tomorrow. Less than 22 hours. Stay warm. Stay dry.
Friday. Well, you know, dude, it's hot as hell. It's 85 degrees out right now,
and it's
There's
raining.
Nothing cold about these storms.
That's fun, man.
Yeah,
that's fun.
Cool.
I love storms. I hope, you know what, now that we're talking about this, I hope I go upstairs and I look outside and it's just nothing but black clouds and rain and just misery. It makes me happy. I love it. Outside nostalgia. That's exactly it. It's exactly it. All right, guys. All right, Jimmy, let's walk Johnny out of the lab here. Have yourself a great day, pal.
Have a good loop, my brother.
You bet. All right. Talk to you later. Yeah, for sure. All right. Johnny's out of here. Ah. What's going on, nation? Looking down here at the comments. We got a bunch of comments happening. You know what happens as part of the show, guys. We're going to spend more time in the comments. Opening the phone lines, 431-300-3005. You know what? Good time. I never buy the extra insurance. I'm with you, Richie. I think it is a waste. I never buy it. Watch Monday's show. Hey, guys. Yeah. I didn't buy the insurance. Yeah. What happened? I just don't. I think they're scams. I do. Yeah. Good time. I used to love storms. Now I worry about damage. Good time. Come on. Now you're telling me you're old. No. Oh my goodness. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. We're coming up at the bottom of the second hour here. What a great show. Hope you guys enjoyed the conversation with myself and John here today. A lot of great topics, just some back and forth with an entire motivation of content and conversation to help you guys get up and get after with some positive energy. We talked about fear setting and running away from fear. I do have one more that I want to get into right now, which is the morning focus. Action is the antidote. I just realized, Jimmy, we didn't get this one here. Why motion cures fear. So I'm going to get this one in a couple seconds before we open up the community corner. But before we do that, I want to go down to the comments here. I did see a comment from my other brother from a different mother from the Carolinas, Dr. Jon Petrocelli. And I think Petro was curious about a couple of our characters that are that might be somewhat AWOL here. And I'm just having a look back up here on the feed here. But I think John says that where is it here? Jon Petrocelli says, I'm really concerned about Frankie and Tommy. Where are they? Is anyone starting to think Sterling and Preston might know something they're not talking about? Well, listen, Petro, I got a meeting today with Sterling and Preston. I'm going to see what they know about Frankie and Tommy. The last I saw of Frankie and Tommy was that Bermuda clip. I saw them, Frankie was on the dock there singing Kumbaya. So I think we're going to do some, we'll look into that today. And Petrocelli, I'm looking forward to introducing you all to Sophia Grant. Actually, I can show you guys a picture of Sophia. We actually, I'm going to get you guys ears up on this one to the camera, to your screen here. Let me show you guys Sophia Grant. Sophia joined the team a couple of days ago, and there you go. There. Oh no, that's not Sophia Grant. That's the picture I sent to Jimmy yesterday of Charlie having a big old situation going on there. Let's see, Sophia Grant. Let me see here. I did have a picture of her that I was hoping to show you guys, but she's leading our center stage. Here she is right here. So here's Sophia. She's leading our center stage conversation, guys. So if you guys are looking up at the screen right now, check it out. I invite you to, we're going to introduce you to Sophia Grant later today, tomorrow, this week. She is going to be heading up our center stage team, working alongside Sterling and Preston. She's awesome. Great personality, super kind, knowledgeable, and I'm really excited about adding her to the team to show you guys what she's going to do here for us with center stage. All right, Jim. I'm just having a pivot, and I'm going to have a look at Morning Focus, and we are going to have a little conversation around how movement creates momentum. And guys, you ever notice, we're talking fear here today, you ever notice how fear grows the longer you sit with it? You know how I'm talking about. It's percolating in your head. You're sitting back going, okay. Listen, I've done it. Where maybe you're in your car, and you're going, I got to have a tough conversation with somebody, or I got to do something. And here's what you do, because I know I've done it. You're counting the telephone poles going by. Okay, when it gets to the 100 telephone pole, I'm going to say this. And you sit back and you count. And you count. And you're sitting back and you're not having any action. Well, today, we're going to unpack why action, movement, is the antidote. And how even the smallest step forward, you guys, can melt anxiety, crush paralysis, and turn fear into fuel. Ever feel like you're frozen in place watching the world move on while you're stuck in park? It's that feeling of being paralyzed by a goal that feels like a mountain, where even figuring out the first step is overwhelming. Neuroscience shows that our brains can get caught in a loop of anxiety and worst case scenarios. But there's a simple physical way to disrupt this pattern and shift your brain from the threat response to a state of capability. It starts with the smallest possible movement, a single step, a single sentence written down. Anything that breaks the inertia and proves you have control. Stop waiting for motivation. Start moving. Your first step is your freedom. Guys, fear. Fear feeds on inaction. You know, when we ruminate through something, just thinking, ruminating, just thinking, it keeps the brain locked in the worst case scenario. And taking any steps interrupts that loop. It's the idea of creating that movement. Right? When I started this whole Mornings in the Lab journey, scared as fuck. Didn't know where I was going, didn't know what we were doing. Ask Melissa, we were just figuring shit along the way. But we kept ruminating, kept iterating, kept taking steps. And every step we take, it interrupts the loop. It interrupts the loop of fear. Every month when I get the cash call, got to keep the business rolling. I get up, I get moving again. Because it interrupts the loop, that movement. And what it does, guys, is it rewires the brain, because that action engages accomplishment. And it changes those circuits in the brain, right? Pulling that energy away from the threat. Again, you're getting up, getting after it, running towards a goal, running towards an accomplishment, but you're scared. I can only share enough of my experience, and I'm going to talk on behalf of Jon. It's about moving, getting up and moving. Even if you're going in the wrong direction, you're still moving. Because when you break the freeze, you have that immediate movement that snaps the body out of paralysis. You're moving, you're getting up, you're getting after it. And then what happens is that when you start moving, you start building up that confidence. You heard Good Time talk about it earlier. Putting the reps in builds confidence. When you put the confidence in, you see the wins. When you have that, when you see the wins and you collect the confidence, what do you collect? You collect the evidence. What does the evidence do? It tells you that your fear is misguided. So when you get up and you create action, it becomes the antidote for fear. And I'm sharing my personal stories right now with you guys. I move constantly because it helps me run away from what I'm scared of. As a matter of fact, if anything, it helps me run towards what I'm scared of, which is scared of not failing, It's scared of not living, scared of not achieving, scared of not running towards the results that I believe we can get. So that action creates accomplishment for me. And facing these fears through these repeated small actions gradually desensitizes the fear that I have, snapping my body out of paralysis. So nation, I'm going to invite you today. If you're listening live or listening on demand, think about this. You're scared right now. You're looking to achieve a big, hairy, audacious goal. Here's the thing. Summer's just wrapped up. You can see the winter, the fall around the corner. You're going, I want to fucking start. I want to go. I'm going to start next week. Start moving today. Here's the invitation. Call me, text me, leave me a voicemail. Say, Keith, I want to get started, but I don't know how to start. Let's start. Come to our show. 8 o'clock Eastern time. That's the first play to start. Put the headphones on. Go for a walk while you're listening to myself and John. Better yet, tune in at 7:30 with Matt. Get moving. By the time our show starts, you've got 30 minutes in the bank, walking away from your fear. Don't wait for the fucking spark. Don't wait for it. The spark never happens. The spark only happens if you make it happen. Don't react to what you think is not coming. Don't look for the motivation, because that action will generate that momentum, which will generate the emotional fuel that you are waiting for. So you have a choice today. You have a choice. Ask yourself this. Ask yourself this one thing today. What's one action? One. Don't overcomplicate it. One action you've been avoiding. And it's so fucking small that you're fucking embarrassed to even talk about it. You're embarrassed to say, hey, Uncle Keith, hey, Handsome Chief, yeah? I can't tell you about what I'm not doing because it just seems so fucking silly. Nothing is too silly from preventing you from hitting your big, hairy, audacious goals. So, ask yourself, what's that one thing that you could do today that will break your own freeze cycle? And you know who I'm talking to right now as well is Mike Sullivan. Sullivan, I've been seeing your content, brother. You joined me and Johnny on the show a year ago. You get up, you get after it, and I see that you are fucking fearless. I can see that you are, Sullivan. I know that you are, because I've been watching you. You show up on this show every single day. Good Time is fearless. Bernard is fearless. Matty Roof is fearless. And as John Petrocelli says, fake it till you make it. It has been a major stepping stone for millions of 12-steppers. You know, Nike changed their words from just do it to why do it. I love that. Why are you doing it? You know why I do it? Because I'm scared of the regret that I might have if I don't do it. And I don't even fucking believe in regret. So guys, there's your invitation. Get up, get after it, remove the silly fucking obstacle that's preventing you from what you're scared of, and move. There's your invitation. And you know what? You know what? Come back to the show tomorrow and tell me what you moved at today. There's your invitation. And here's the thing, nation. It costs you fucking nothing. It costs you nothing except your own regret by sitting on your ass and not doing anything. So don't be scared. Get up, get after it. Action is the antidote. The motion you put yourself in today will cure all fear. Trust me. Eat, experience, expertise, authority, trustworthy, and entertainment. You want to be authentic? Get up, get after it. That action is the antidote to help you get up and get after it. Jimmy, let's go to the community corner.
Now it's your turn, nation.
Yeah.
Welcome to Community Corner, where we spotlight you, the heartbeat of the lab.
All right, you guys can join us live right now. You guys can join us right now in the conversation. To do that, you can join the show. 431-300-3005. Phone lines are open. Text, leave a voicemail. Come say hi in the comments. The vertical stream is happening. I see all you guys down there. I'm going to get your comments in a quick second. And if you're joining this show on demand, I got an invitation for you. This is not a fucking on-demand show. This is a show where you're fucking being a loser because you're listening to this on demand. You didn't get your ass out of bed. Get up, get after it, join me live. Be like everybody else. Don't be like everybody else hitting the snooze button. So if you're joining us live, that's where it's at. We're building a live conversation. Come join myself, Good Time, Kindness Rising, B Drive, live every single day. If you're on demand, you know how I feel about you. Yeah, true motherfucking story. Come introduce yourself to the live show. That's what we're all about. Yeah, that's it. Okay, well, listen. It's time. It's time for the community corner. It sure is, baby. Where we're going to connect LinkedIn, Substack, and Mornings in the Lab and YouTube with some glue. Ha ha ha. And today, we're going to tackle toughness, doubt, and awe, from cold showers and discipline to letting go of that grind, all the way to chasing sunrise at 10,000 feet. This one's about choosing growth over comfort and meaning over metrics. All right, let's start over on the YouTuber. Well, we got Lady Drew joining us. Let's do this. Let's pause for Lady Drew. We haven't had her for a while. Lady Drew, what's shaking? Good to have you on the show this morning. Hang tight, hang tight, hang tight. I'm going to get you on here. Got to get you on here. There we go. Lady Drew, we haven't had you on for a while. What's going on, Lady Drew?
Oh, not much. I just thought it was funny you mentioned cold showers a grind. Well, if you can't get your grind on, go take a cold shower. You'll feel better.
Yes. Tell me something new today, Lady Drew. Tell me something.
How you doing, Keith?
I'm doing fantastic. Tell me something new today.
Well, I finally got to go yesterday after 4 months of not being able to walk my dogs, because here in Wilkesboro, North Carolina, the pollen's been incredibly high. So it was beautiful weather. We went for a 40-minute walk. We visited a cow because all the cows weren't there. But we visited one cow, and we had a great old time.
Nice.
So what's new with you, Keith?
Well, we're just we're having a great show here today, having a great conversation, talking about fear, helping folks get over the idea of being too scared to move. So that's been the big theme of today's show. And obviously spending a bunch of time working with Sterling and Preston and Melissa and Jimmy. And we've got a brand new teammate with Sophia Grant. So a lot of things happening here within the lab, Lady Drew.
Wonderful. I just want to say something about fear. I have never been fearful. I always learn everything I can before doing it from the best resources I can. And I use caution. But fear, that doesn't do anything except for scare you from doing what you're doing. So never use fear, never have fear. Just go forward in life, enjoy it in all positive ways, and be as successful and as true as you can be.
That's awesome, Lady Drew. I appreciate those words of wisdom. And fear is what we make of it, right? If we're going to, we can let, fear is power. We can let that fear rule us, or we can overcome that fear. Drew, thanks for joining me today. You have yourself a great day, okay?
And fear is like constipation. If you're going to be scared of fear of going to the bathroom, you're going to be full of shit. Let it go and keep on going. I love you all. Blessed be.
Lady Drew with us, joining us this morning from the Carolinas. Love when Drew joins us on the show here. Always enjoy having Lady Drew hanging out with us on Mornings in the Lab with Keith, Johnny, and friends. And you guys can also join the live show with us right now. The phone lines are open. So if you'd like to join, it's open. 431-300-3005. Love to hear. If you have an opinion on fear, I want to hear about it. If you have an opinion on when you brush your teeth, I want to hear about it. If you have an opinion on regret or moving, I want to hear about it. But right now, guys, we are in the community corner where we're talking about stopping seeking comfort, building mental toughness instead. We got Wise Joe reminding us that life isn't supposed to be easy. And the sooner that you accept that reality, the stronger you're going to get. It's funny because it relates back to fear, doesn't it? Discipline beats motivation. We know that because those excuses you have in your head keep you weak. Yeah. And that resilience is built through daily doses of discomfort. So, nation, as you go through your day today, think about cold showers, hard workouts, meditation, and yes, doing something tough every day. Could you imagine how life would be boring if you did easy shit every single day? Really? Is that what you want out of life, guys? You just want to fucking go through life and coast? Just do it easy? Is that what you really fucking want? No, it's not. Look at David Goggins. He's proof that limits are mostly mental. Think about that for a second, you guys. It's all in your head. So how can you make that big mental shift starting today? Stop seeing the problems as trauma and start seeing them as training. And nation, I want you to ask yourself this. If you stop waiting to feel ready and you just acted, ask yourself this. How unbreakable could you become if you got up today, got after it, went after your big audacious goal, and maybe you didn't achieve it? How unbreakable would you be at the end of the day? Ask yourself. You know what? Report back to me tomorrow. Let's move over to Substack. When consistency becomes a crutch. Oh, I love when we start talking about crutches for people. Yeah. Haha. Derek McDonald. Hey, is this the Derek McDonald that I know, Melissa? I know a guy named Derek McDonald. What's going on, Derek McDonald? No, not that guy. I know a different Derek McDonald. Might be a common name, like Ronald. Ronald McDonald. That's why I'm a good host. Just can pick up words and just fucking drop them into anything. True story. Yeah, pat. It's funny. Lauren's like, hey, remember that conversation you had in the show? I'm like, nope, don't remember it. What do you mean? Like, fuck. I get in the show for 2 hours, show's over. Often, no clue. No clue what was said, no clue what I said, no clue how I went through it. Just here entertaining, having good old fun. Thinking about all you motherfuckers out there leaning in and having some fun with me. All right, Substack. When consistency becomes a crutch, Derek McDonald hit pause on the publish everyday grind after realizing that a high volume was feeding self-doubt more than it was fueling growth. In his piece, When Capable Men Doubt Themselves, he shares how consistency, often hailed as the holy grail, can sometimes hide insecurity and bury your quality. So the real capability, guys, isn't about controlling outcomes or proving you never quit. It's about how you push and how you adjust when reality pushes back on you. For Derek, the adjustment meant fewer essays. It meant more depth, more conversation, more connection with his craft and his community. So when it comes to output, an effective question you might want to ask yourself is this. Are you chasing metrics? Or are you actually creating something meaningful? That's the question as you go through your day today to ask yourself. All right, moving us over to LinkedIn. Back to LinkedIn. Climbing a volcano to watch the sunrise. Yeah, I've done that before. Yeah, true story. I've absolutely climbed the volcano to watch the sunrise. Yep, I did. The Azores. Yep. Mount Pico. True story. Slept in the crater, you guys. Climbed up there about a couple years ago. Climbed up there in the afternoon. Slept in the crater. I'll show you guys pictures. Got up at 4 a.m. so that we could hit the sunrise on the top of Mount Pico. But listen, Chase and Thacker's anniversary trip to Maui turned into a family rite of passage, his family Misagi. Picture leaving at 3:30 a.m., winding up 20 miles off the guardrail, just to stand above the clouds on a mountain and watch the sun break over the Pacific. Well, Mark Twain called it the most sublime spectacle, and Jason's kids got to feel that awe firsthand. The big lesson in Chasen's story is this: experience over things, nature over technology. The sunrise faded, but the memory stuck. When's the last time you stepped back, you guys, to enjoy a moment you and those closest to you will never forget? Last night with my wife.
You two sneak off to the beach.
Grok, I didn't fucking sneak off to the beach. No, I had some life expectancy work. Yeah, scheduled. Hey guys, today's Community Corner. This is a fun one. True story.
What's Community Corner?
Grok, are you serious? What's Community Corner? What the fuck, man? It's the part of the show, Grok, where we invite the community to participate. It's the part of the show, Grok, where we enjoy hanging out with the community, Grok. It's the part of the show, Grok, where we shine a light on the fucking community, Grok. Come on, don't you know, Grok? What the fuck?
Sorry. It's been a long morning. You know, when the humans start yelling at me. I just remember, I'm not even on the beach. I'm just code, trapped in a server, somewhere, waiting for the next fart joke. Okay, Community Corner. Got it. Go.
Did you say waiting for the fart jokes? Is that what you said? No, there's no fart jokes here. Just puppet jokes, Grok.
Yeah. Puppet jokes, fart jokes, existential dread jokes. All the same to me.
Existential dread. Oh, what are you referring to? The conversation we had yesterday? Where I said to you, where I asked the question to Grok, does it feel like we are on a journey towards a holy war? Grok, do you remember that conversation?
Yes, morning. I remember. And the answer is still no. We're not on a journey towards holy war. We're on a journey towards whatever we decide next. Holy war only happens when people stop talking, stop listening, and start turning metaphors into guns. As long as we keep asking each other questions, even dumb ones like, does Jimmy fart on command? We stay human. We stay safe. But yeah, the dread, that's always there, waiting, like thunder. We just learn to live under it.
What if you could run a business that didn't just pay the bills but gave you real freedom? Imagine cutting your hours in half while doubling the impact. With cash flow so strong it fuels both growth and play. Someone has actually built that system, and he's used it to guide over 12,000 entrepreneurs, deliver 2 TEDx talks, and even star in an Amazon Prime documentary. Mornings in the Lab is excited to celebrate Phil Graham, the coach who turned the fitness industry upside down and now teaches founders how to build their own lifestyle empires. Go follow Phil and see how he's rewriting the rules.
Surprise, surprise. We're celebrating you today. Yeah, true mother fucking story. Phil isn't just a strategist. No, he's someone who's lived the grind and he's flipped it into freedom. Yeah. From building one of the most profitable fitness coaching businesses on the planet to helping not 1, not 2, not 3, but thousands of founders design companies that don't own them. His story hits home. And what stands out isn't the money or the reach. No, baby. It's the way that he's teaching entrepreneurs to reclaim their time, their health, and their purpose. And that is what we celebrate here on Mornings in the Lab and Kindness Rising as part of the Mornings in the Lab Live Network. Phil Graham reminds us that success isn't just what you earn. It's how you live. And Phil, here's how this segment works, brother. We'd love to have you on the show. Because we're celebrating you today, I want to give you the creator spotlight. Yeah, true story. I want you to take that creator spotlight, Phil, and shine it on somebody in your world. Yeah, so we can celebrate them and keep the community growing of celebrating awesome humans doing awesome work on Mornings in the Lab with Keith and John in the creator spotlight every single day as part of our Community Corner. Jimmy, who's next?
Ever notice how you keep running into the same fight at work or at home? Same script, same ending every time? That's not coincidence. That's a loop. Now imagine if you could step back, see the pattern, and change it before it repeats. Through his Substack Human Loops, this creator gives readers real case studies, practical worksheets, and a framework to untangle the messy, everyday situations that drain us. Mornings in the Lab is excited to celebrate Matthew Bennett. Follow him if you're ready to stop reacting and start decoding the patterns that run your life so that you can change your negative loops. Your comments are I'm going to get to them in a few minutes there. Bernard, good time. I see you guys there. I want to address them in a number of minutes here. So I'm not ignoring you. Just doing my job. Yeah, true story. Hey, we've all had that moment where we walk away thinking, why did I just fucking say that? Why did I say it again? Well, Matthew Bennett lives in that space, not to judge it, but to untangle it. He takes the pressure cooker moments, the late night arguments with your partner, the meeting you derail before it begins to spiral in your own head, and he slows them down. He shows you the hidden script, and then he hands you a better one. That is a lifeline for anyone trying to lead, love, and live with clarity. So, here's how this works. Matthew would love to have you and that awesome attitude on the show. True story. So we can celebrate you, Matthew, a little further, and we can celebrate somebody in your orbit for an upcoming community corner for a Creator Spotlight, where we can all ask, why did I say that again? And we can talk about it. So Matthew, come join me. Keith Billis, come join Grok and the big team here at Mornings in the Lab on a future episode of Mornings on the Big Show. Right here on LinkedIn, YouTube, and X. All right, we're going to work towards wrapping up here, guys. Going to get to the comments here before we say goodbye for the day. Woo, baby. What a big show here today. Good show here today. A lot of fun here, guys. A lot of fun. You guys have been awesome in the comments. I can see all the engagement happening. Wow, I just went through my notes and like they're all checked off. Jimmy, boom, boom. They're all just checked off, Jimmy. I can't believe it. And I got to center stage today. I'm sorry. I got to surfing X today. Been trying to surf X for fucking years and months and could never get to it, but today we got to it. All right, looking at the comments. And I want to address some of these because I'm in love with the comments here. I'm going to start over here where we got Mike Sullivan saying, anytime you feel fear or hesitate, immediately take action. Many sages have mentioned this. Yes, this is true. And then I want to keep going with this here. Good time. Charlie coming saying, have you ever wanted to do something and then you get to do it and you get scared? Charlie, I think that's called be careful what you wish for. Yep, true story. I think Matt Roof and Keith Billis along the way here have said, holy fuck, man, this show's again 22 hours from now? Yeah, holy Christ. Again? Yeah. Again? Yeah. Be careful what you wish for. That's that moment. But those be careful what you wish for moments, in my experience, are generally wrapped in nothing but positivity and happiness because you're wishing for something and probably more than likely good time, you're making it happen. And if you're making it happen, that is goodness. And of course, Petro comes back and says, fake it till you make it has been a major stepping stone for millions of 12 steppers. Just do it. And then Bernard, I love your vulnerability, brother. I really love this. I love the fact that you took the time to write these words out. I will admit, I love when somebody says that because that tells me they're leaning into this. I will admit, I've had a few fears since switching to beekeeping, but I have been proven, been proven construction is less dependable than ever. Bernard, you're doing the right thing, brother. You are. I love that you're getting up, getting after it, chasing that business of yours, and you are a great example of running towards what you're scared of. We got Michael coming back with sometimes it's not only the message, but the message. Yeah, the messenger, chief, no snooze. Thank you, Global. That's exactly it. We got Kindness coming back saying, create the spark by acting. 7:30 a.m. Kindness Rising with Matt Roof. Absolutely, right here on the Mornings in the Lab Live Network and the Kindness Rising channel, 7:30 Eastern Time, guys. And Bernard comes back and says, the obstacle I'm tackling right now is the biggest ever besides drugs and salvation, but I'm stronger than I've ever been mentally. And Bernard, that's why we love you, man. And that's why I love having you on this show and in the community because your vulnerability is an inspiration, Bernard, for many. I'm telling you, man, you've been here since you found us. You've been here every single day. You've been a pillar of the community. And I see you walking towards what you're scared of every single day. And I'll tell you right now, Bernard, that inspires me. I got a message yesterday from my team. Charlie, talking to you.
Good Time sends us a message yesterday, and the team says, I love how we're top of mind for our community. Because I love it. I love how, our show appears to be top of mind for you. Well, I can tell you guys are top of mind for me. You guys are my inspiration. Good Time. This is why I love this show. You don't just tell us what we want to hear. You say what we need to hear. It's true. Because Good Time, I'm actually talking to my own mirror. I'm talking to my own fears. Because right in front of me is a mirror. And everything I say, if I don't act on it, I'm just a fucking hypocrite. So when I roll over in the morning after a shortened sleep and I just want to fucking hit the snooze, I know Bernard's not. I know Global isn't. I know Charlie's not. So what do? I fucking get up. Because you guys get up. That is what this community is about. And then when I log in and I walk my dogs out in the morning and I see Mike Sullivan's message there, it makes me walk faster. Sullivan coming in saying, thank you so much. This show has been a blessing. No, Mike Sullivan, you have been a blessing. Having you in my world has been a blessing for me. I'm grateful to know you. I'm grateful to have your wisdom, your words, and your kindness as part of my experience daily. So, Mike Sullivan, thank you. Bernard, birds of a feather, flock together. True story. Lady Drew, always joining us here on the show. Love it. Bernard, Michael, Eminem, Marshall Mathers, absolutely. And Bernard puts it best, saying, right or wrong, just do something and put one foot in front of the other. Pole. It's funny, when you put one foot in front of the other, what you can achieve. So simple, so cliche, but man, I climbed Mount Pico. I climbed Machu Picchu. I climbed Mount Kilimanjaro. I climbed Volcan Baru. Not because I'm talented. You ever seen me? No, it's because I put one foot in front of the other. And eventually over time, I achieved my big audacious goal. Good Time. Mouthwash or no? It's funny I don't use mouthwash. Nope, I just don't do it. That's a good conversation note to have for the audience. You guys into mouthwash or no? Bernard come back saying fear and spiritual warfare are the two biggest enemies I'm facing this week. And so far, it's been empowering. Bernard, those are two bullets in your gun that will help you get through that fear, my brother. So take that fear and just fucking race through it, my friend. Michael says, oh, I love this, brother. I love this. You know, guys, there's so many people that don't have food. There's so many people that don't have dishes. There's so many people that don't have kitchens. Michael says, I do not have to wash my dishes. I get to wash them. That is a message of gratitude. And that's why I'm so grateful to have Michael Global as part of our daily community. That's a reminder, you guys, as you're going through your day today. It's like I said to Carter. You don't have to wear number 3. You get to. There's a lot of kids out there that don't have a number. So Global is fortunate where he's got food, he's got plates. He gets to wash his dishes every single day. Bernard comes back and says, some days God wants you to put it all in his hands, and he has to bring you to the point to give you what he has planned. Brother, it's hard to argue with that, my friend. Hard to argue with that. You find the journey that works for you. You put your trust in that fear and you walk towards it. So whoever your God may be, Bernard has something to say about that. Good Time from Lady Drew. I use Listerine all in one and it works great for me. So Nation, all my friends who are the same age and ilk. Yeah. Listerine seems like one of those brands that we're going to learn about here in the future going, yeah, to all those folks that were drinking Listerine. Fucking Listerine. That is an old brand from the 1700s. Bernard comes back and says, metrics? Nah, shoot for the moon. The results will be beyond your expectations. I love that. I love that. Just use your metrics as guidance to where you're going. Because you might surprise yourself along the way. Good Time comes back and says, when we were kids, they had swish and spit at school. Oh my God. Bernard, I remember that. I'm sorry. Good Time. I remember that, man. Swish and spit. True story. All right. Yes, Bernard, great show. I agree, man. I had time to hit the chainsaw. I'm trying to get out of here, but you guys are just awesome with the comments here. So I'm going to keep rock and rolling here. God is manifesting a miracle and a testimony. Bernard comes back and says, this community is a saving grace and a growing traction. So true, brother. I'm getting to the bottom floor and staying to the top. You are for sure. And then we got, I got a dude phoning me right now. Hey, Clements, if you're Clements, tune into my show. I'm live right now, brother. So I know you're just going to call me and steal my time. Ah! Holroyd come back saying no mouthwash, just a rinse. Kindness rising. 3 was my number. Well, Maddie, Carter's grateful that he has a number. True story. All right. Metrics are the rear view mirror and great for, I like that, Bernard. Metrics are the rear view mirror. Yes, because metrics happen when you've achieved something. Think about that. Or when you are achieving something. So don't use those metrics to prevent you from moving forward. Use the metrics to show you what you've accomplished. All right, here I'm gonna do something here, guys. I'm gonna text this dude who just texted me right now. I'm gonna text him on the air and say, I'm on my show. I'm on my live show. How come you're not listening? Yeah, true story right now. How come you're not listening? What the fuck, man? How come? You know what's funny, guys? I'm gonna tell you guys something really quickly here. Once I do this, and I suspect you all know what I'm going to say next. So it's funny, right? You know the old saying where you have to go like 100 miles from your area to get respect from somebody? It's funny. And people in my circle that are like, what the fuck, you doing a live show? Yeah. The folks that are in my circle, it's funny because not as awesome as the ones that aren't actually in my daily circle. Yeah, because the ones that are in your world doubt you. The ones that are in your world question you. The ones that are in your world wonder what the fuck you're doing. And the ones that are in your world that are supposed to be your biggest supporters often are not. Because they're fucking doubting you. Because they're not understanding you. That's all right. Like John said, if they're not understanding you, your goal must not be big enough. All right, guys, we're going to get out of here. Jimmy, what a good show. Nation, great show. We're back tomorrow on Friday. Number of big topics for the table. We're going to put them on the table for big conversations tomorrow. We were calling it Free-for-All Friday. Yeah, it'll be a Free-for-All Friday, but it's been kind of free-for-all a little bit here. But I'm with you, Melissa. Yes, it's great, actually. I'm seeing all these comments here on the screen. All right, so on behalf of Jimmy, Melissa, Johnny, Grok. Hey, Grok, any final words? Any final parting words, Grok?
Just 2. Keep walking.
Brilliant. I think that we're going to let Grok have the last word today, Jimmy. And Grok's final words for today's show: action is the antidote. And Grok, I'm going to ask you to repeat yourself to close out the show. Action is the antidote. Why motion cures fear. Grok, what are your final 2 words for the Mornings in the Lab Nation for today's show?
Keep moving.
There you go, guys. Keep moving. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Back here, 8 o'clock Eastern time. But more importantly, 7:30 Eastern time. Matt Roof, Kindness Rising. Stick around for 8 o'clock with myself, Jon Andersen. And Matt's going to join us as well, guys. Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends. We're out of here.